Building downtown. Building downtown.
Hey, yo, it's The Building Downtown. You can follow the show on social media at The Building DT. You can follow and subscribe to the show on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts from. I'm your host, Jayceon Kelly. You can follow me at JKellyMMA. You can follow my co-host, Kirill Kasatskiy, at Kirill Raps, KRILRAPS. And you can follow my other co-host, Amy Barton, at Ames Bell. So today we have a fantastic guest to wrap up and put a bow on the KOTD Grand Prix 2020. But before we get into that, let's give you a little bit of backstory about booking this guest. I reached out to him in October of 2020. We're almost in February of 2021. We have had just about every issue possible on both sides getting this thing together. And I felt like I was booking Shoddy Horror. They say he's not going to show up. That's what the talk was about. He is here. He is here. If you're girls, if you're out there, you're wearing KOTD merch that your boy bought you, your man bought you, you need to thank this man. We got that dude, Gully TK. How's it going?
What up? How's it going, guys?
I'm glad to have you here. KOTD
I know,
Grand
it's
Prix.
about time.
Yeah,
shit. Sorry. You know what this feels like? This feels like that M&M's and Santa commercial. Like, he does exist. They do exist.
No. I'm here.
He's here. Like Shoddy Horror said, right? I am here.
Yeah, so it's been a while, man.
The Grand Prix, you're a couple weeks removed from it. I'm sure, I mean, how can you not be biased? I'm sure the grade you give is an A++. But
yes,
not just speaking on the battles, but the way the whole tournament ran, the staff, the judging, what you guys did behind the scenes, the breakdown of the report card. What did you like? What did you not like? What would you like to see changed? You know, your overall thoughts on that, not so much on the battles.
Overall, like, I don't really have any complaints. I thought as a team, we did a great job by executing this. We literally put this together within 2-3 weeks tops. And normally we would spend a couple months doing something like this. But when the opportunity presented itself, it was pretty much like, we have to do this now within the next couple weeks. So it was like literally right then and there on the spot, like just start working day and night for days, like trying to piece this together and whatnot. So I think the whole team did a great job. You know, shout out to everybody on the King of the Dot staff. Everybody came together and knew what we needed to get done. And I thought we did a great job, man. I thought the tournament went very well. There's a few, minor hiccups here and there, but nothing that, people wouldn't really see. It's all behind the scenes stuff, but it seemed to have worked out. The show was great. It was a great, I had a blast watching it, I get to watch it from home. I didn't get to go to a single event.
What was that like? What was that like?
Oh, that part sucks because I go to every event, no matter where it is. I'm usually there. Mm-hmm. So for this whole COVID situation to pop up, it was just like, it was low key a nightmare. Like at first I was like, cool. Cause like, well, whatever. I don't mind. I can work from home and do it. But then as it got to the finals and closer to that time, it was like, man, I miss going to events. I miss seeing everybody and just, the vibe of a whole battle rap event. It's different than watching at home.
Definitely.
What was the reason?
So that was the downside.
I mean, the show was definitely good. The shit worked out in all aspects of it. But what was the reason? What was the reason for you guys to get on it in a couple of weeks? Was it something that was planned and was just hanging in the air, and all of a sudden Twitch said, "We're bored now, let's go"?
No, we had been in talks with Twitch for it had been a couple years, and
years. Oh wow.
Yes, it was like 2 years. Like Organik and our other guy Charles been working on this, but I had always heard for a while like, oh, the opportunity's coming, man, it's coming, but it never did. So it was just when it did happen, it caught me off guard. It was like, yo, this is happening, and we have to finish it by this date because we needed it to end by end of December, start of January. We needed to wrap it up. So we had to, get all the dates sorted out, everything sorted out behind the scenes. And then I was like, okay, we really got to get this set up within, it was like 2 to 3 weeks, no more than 3 weeks for sure. And the first event was already going. And
holy shit.
Yeah, it was stressful, but I've been doing this 13 years now, so it's nothing new,
When is the next one?
Kirill goes right for the fucking jugular. When's the next one? Who's on the roster? Who are the captains?
Yep. I can't really say, but we are working on something that's even. It's the biggest move King of the Dot has ever done.
Holy.
So it's like, yeah, I can't really say much, but it is coming up next. I'm in the meantime, I'm throwing little events. I'm going to do little Run the Fade cards that'll air on Twitch coming up soon. So I'm going to do stuff like that to keep battlers busy and recruit new talent.
Anything in Toronto?
Yeah, well, I wanted to the end of this month, but this lockdown, it keeps shutting everything down. So I can't even get the barber shop that I originally had. And, you know, I have no idea. I don't even know what's up with this lockdown. I don't know how long we're supposed to be.
The zone purple is endless, bro.
Yeah, I have no idea. So we have a card pretty much put together, a Run the Fade card for like all Canadian talent, but I have no idea when it's going to happen just because this whole thing. But as soon as we're able to book the barbershop and we go in for a few hours, I'll have it immediately I would hope within the month.
You mentioned Organik had been in talks with Twitch for a while about doing something like this or doing something with them at least. And we saw earlier in 2020, the caffeine URL and, you know, Drake is behind it type thing. And a lot of fans, right? Because I mean, Drake and KOTD kind of go hand in hand. He's been at events. He supports KOTD fully. And a lot of people are thinking, what the fuck? This is weird. You know, you think that Drake would get behind KOTD and do something with caffeine. Is that kind of the way battle rap was moving to get into that streaming platform? And that's how URL ended up on caffeine before KOTD on Twitch?
Yeah, I think, streaming, definitely. I think this is, this is the direction it was heading. And like I said, we had been working on making this happen for a very long time. But, you know, I guess Drake had the opportunity and presented to them. I felt like URL during that time was doing tons of events. And whereas we did like 4 that year, maybe 5. Mm-hmm. So it was a little slower for us just because we had behind the scenes stuff that we had to fix up. And as we started getting the ball rolling again, they had that opportunity. And I think that's great for them. It opened up doors for us as well. You know, it grows, it helps the culture, I think, in the end.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So even shouts to Drake for that whole move. It's a good look.
Mm-hmm. We've had multiple battlers that were involved in the GP on this show during the GP, and your name continuously came up. People saying, shout out to Gully. Gully helped this. Gully reached out to me. So it seems like you reached out to a lot of these guys to talk to them, to get them in whatever division they were going to be in. Who are some of the guys that you tried to reach out to, or that you know of some of the other staff tried to reach out to that you guys couldn't get, that you really would have liked involved in this tournament?
Well, I think obviously A Ward was somebody that, especially me, like that was my biggest, like as soon as I found out we were doing this, it was like right away, like, yo, we got to hit A Wards first. Let's hit him up. But, he wasn't a fan of the whole judge battles thing. And, I guess he wasn't feeling. Big K was another name too that we had nice. Pretty much. He was locked in, but then it couldn't. The dates, like it's a lot of dates. It's a lot of commitment to lock into. You pretty much got to have an open schedule, ready to go, kind of whenever these dates happen. You can't miss a battle, right?
Yeah.
So like Jim's was another name too that I had locked in.
That would have been fun.
A few days, but then his schedule, he's just like, man, I can't right now. And so, yeah, the Chilla is another name too that I obviously wish we could have had in this, but you'll be seeing these guys. You'll be seeing them soon.
Yeah, have a lot of people been trying to throw their hat in the mix for 2021 after this one has been such a great success? Yeah,
it's been wild, man. It's almost tough because it's like there's so many people you want to put on at once, but you only have space for, a certain amount. But this year we do plan on pushing a lot more talent, but it's just everybody wants on now. Everybody's, why is this guy on and I'm not? Like, it's one of them things. But we're trying to get everybody up there as quick as possible. But yeah, the amount of people hitting us up now, it's wild. It's crazy.
Do you think part of that's COVID though? Because this is the most prolific, best product right at the moment?
Well, it's a lot of people hit us up before too. Like it was always, I was doing GZ events and whatnot, but I feel also, you know, they see the platform. They see that thousands of people are watching them if they battle. And it just looks cooler on Twitch, I find. Like, it's just, so everybody's trying to get on. Obviously, the cash prize is a you know, a motivation to want to get into something like this as well, because we are offering such a big prize.
On the flip side of that, who were some of the guys that you were surprised that jumped in? I mean, I was surprised with Real Deal for damn sure.
Yep.
Disaster was another surprise to me. I mean, the 50K, like you said, that's motivation, but I just, you know, at least his public persona is, he's like, I'm not wasting my time unless it's, you know, a big name battle type thing. He feels like he deserves more. At least that's the appearance he puts out. I don't know the fucking person, obviously, like him as a person, right? But that was a surprising one to me. So were any of them surprising to you?
Yeah, I would say those two names, especially Real Deal, because even me, when Organik had told me that he's locking in Real Deal for this, right away it was like, well, he's our champ. Like, should we put him in this? But he apparently really wanted in it. Like, I didn't. Organik locked him in. It wasn't me, but Organik was saying that he's hungry for it. He loves the competition. He wants to enter it. So it was like, you know, why not? Whatever, our champ wants to do something with us to stay active. Like, you know, let's do it. So I was surprised by him. Obviously Diz too, because Diz is like, he's very picky on who he wants to battle. He usually has like a list of like, you know, I want to take this guy and this guy. I want to get him the fuck out of here. Like one of them, you know? So yeah, I was surprised on him getting in there, and some new names too. I had never spoke to like Jay Murder before. So hitting him up but you know, right away it was all love, and he was super excited to get into it, and you know, he was just waiting for the time to get on with us.
Yeah,
so someone like that.
There was a nice mix, nice diversity. The old heads like the Marvs and the Dizzes, the Thesauruses, all that stuff, and then you had the Saints, and I mean, Clone made a name for himself. Family Man Hayes reinvented himself. It just so much happened in this, and then the way it played out, Marv won versus the Young Buck. Could that have played out any better?
Yeah, no, I loved that. The whole, like, you know, it's a vet kind of versus the, like, I guess a newer guy. It's like a Organik versus Gully matchup. It's one of them types of
I love those.
I was just gonna throw a little bit in because on a tournament thing, right? When you have a tournament, and usually the younger guys come in and they serve as a stepping stone for the veterans to meet at the end. Yeah. And every once in a while somebody fires out the way Saynt did.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's not a normal scenario, right? When you look at the roster in the beginning, you expect the Real Deal, the Disaster, the Marv One, the Charron, all of them guys to be in the end, right? You did not, like, I don't know, no matter how much you liked Saynt, you could not see him at the end, in the beginning, at the end.
Yeah, with those monsters. With
you
those
know what
monsters
I'm saying?
in the lineup.
So everyone's that's the good thing about the tournament. So because he really wanted it, he came through, you know what I mean, and he shined.
Yeah, and that's what I love too, man. The whole mix of it, and seeing certain names like obviously him winning it is like, he's like 24 years old and he just won 50K off battle rap.
No
like
shit.
That's wild, man. I've never won 50K. Like that would be nice. Like that's crazy. He's only 24, and it's like to see other names like Times kind of come out of
I'm
nowhere.
not 24 anymore either.
Times showed out for sure. The entire.
Oh man, that's my dog, man.
Yeah,
I'm glad he did what he did.
He praised you. He had nice things to say about you when we had him on. Like I said, many of the people did. What were some of your favorite moments from the Grand Prix, Jared, like for the battles, whether it be, you know, the frack graph or different haymakers or rounds or overall battles?
That was incredible. The graph or the graph stuff that Frack did was incredible. But at the same time, it was also like a nightmare for us because, oh my God, that was our first week to set things off of this new Grand Prix, right? So everybody's new to us being on the stream and Twitch and this whole tournament. And then boom, the first event we throw, that happens. And oh my God, it was like 48 hours of just the whole world pissed off at us. It was like, oh my gosh, fuck King of the Dot, fuck you guys. I'm done. You rigged this shit. And it's like, what? Like, I'm even at home sitting there like, whoa. Like,
yeah, you guys rigged it so we could get Charron versus Disaster. That was the fucking first rumor that popped off.
Oh, yeah. This is all favored to Diz. This is why I don't rock with King of the Dot. It was like, oh my God.
Organik's afraid of Disaster. I saw that one a lot too.
Like, and I'll say this. I've said it before. Like, I didn't agree with every judge's decision, but like, you know, a lot of times I did, but it's tough with judge battles because when they're close battles, it's very neck and neck. Like you don't, you know, if somebody loses 2-1 in a close battle and people thought that other guy won, you know, you got to be ready.
What do you think about this, in fact?
Yeah, because you've got to watch it again, you lucky fuck. I can't stand people like you and Troy Daniels and all you guys. You get that access to keep watching them? Fucks.
It's coming soon. It is coming soon. We just yesterday we got it, like it's coming soon. Yes, we're I can't really say much about it, but it's on its way. The footage, everybody will be able to watch it. But yeah, I don't know, man, because at first when I watched the battle, I was just as shocked as everybody. I was like, what? Mm-hmm. But I rewatched the battle. It's different, man. It's a lot of these battles are like that. There were some battles I thought, okay, right decision was made. This guy won. We watch it back and it's like, nah, man, this guy actually smoked him if you watch it back. But it's just, I guess, the live moment. You're in the moment of, you know, watching it. It just, maybe that, you know, persuades your mind. I have no idea. But there's a few that even me, myself, went back and watched and was like, yeah, this guy should have won or this, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. That's a thing too. I mean, even being at so many KOTD events as a fan and, you know, live in the building, you think one person got it. And as you rewatch that shit on YouTube, like in past years, your mind can start to change. Or even if you still agree with what you thought in the first place, it's not a body like you first thought it was. There's a big difference from being in the building and watching on at home.
Oh yeah. Big time. I mean, live, I feel it's more so the energy that you're there. If you can perform and captivate the room, mm-hmm. it's to your advantage. But then when the footage drops, if you're more of like a lyrical rapper or your writing's a bit more like, you know, difficult to take in while it's live, mm-hmm. you know, those people usually come out on camera a lot better than the performers.
Yep.
So it is tricky, man.
Did you see mm-hmm. Pat Stay versus K-Shine?
Yes.
Man, that was bad. And like, I am a fucking massive Pat Stay fan, obviously. If you like battle rap, how can you not be? But that right there is, you know, it doesn't work out without that crowd when you're a performance battler like that. It just
he's definitely I feel like Patty's probably just used to the whole crowd thing. So it was kind of probably a learning thing for him. And I feel next time he goes back to the small room stuff, he'll know what to do and he'll know how to take someone's heads off because he can rap with the best of them. He's the GOAT in my opinion. He's number one.
For real?
I would say, bro, watch.
I don't disagree with you completely or anything like that. But I mean, and I do hear people say that about Pat, but definitely I've never heard a KOTD staff member come out and say something blatant like that about any battler, right? Like that's, you don't get opinions like that from staff usually. You get political bullshit.
Like, trust me, it does switch up all the time, but like Pat, I would have to say, because he's one of those people, no matter the league, no matter what it is, I'm watching his battle. Whereas some people they'll go battle on some league I've never heard of. And it's like, I don't know. I'm not going to watch this. They're battling someone I have no idea. But someone like Pat, it's like, yeah, I have to watch this shit, man.
Who do you put in there with Pat? Like if you had a top 5 of GOATs?
I like Hollow the Don, Geechee Gotti, Arsenal, all those guys. Times, I love Times, man. Times got that energy when you watch him live. That's just like, yeah, bro, you're the shit.
You're putting Times right up there.
No shit.
Yeah, bro, that's my gunner
statements.
right now.
I like it.
That's my gunner right now. I'll put him because Organik versus Gully. I'll put him against anybody. The Organik can pick.
All right, get Pat in here, and we'll get Pat in time.
Let's go.
I would watch the fuck out of that. I said during the Grand Prix at one point, like I said to myself, like thinking Pat versus Clone seems like it'd be a lot of fun because people say Pat has problems with gun bar battlers or street battle rapper type people, right? And I don't necessarily believe that, but the way Clone set shit up, that's funny. Like when he said to Mac Myron about the short, wide bar fridge, that whole thing, like they're funny schemes, like funny punchlines and stuff.
Yeah.
Plus he has, tight rapping, good bars, intelligent bars. And it's not like him and Pat are the same thing, but I think those two sharing a stage would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that would be a crazy one. Clone's definitely locking in with us, man. We're gonna do a lot of like big things for him coming up. Like I could definitely see potential of a matchup like that in the future.
Nice. The GPs, they're gonna continue in the States, I take it.
Well, I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah, well, depending on how the world goes.
Yeah, anything that we're doing right now, it's even over there. It seems like it's getting crazier.
Fuck it, just do it in Atlanta. Everything's open.
Just so we're clear on this show, when you say we'll see, that means yes.
I don't want to say something's gonna happen and doesn't. Because we're also in a time of, planning out we're launching a whole bunch of shit at once. So it's like, I got to be careful too and like not spoil anything for you guys.
So can you speak on, and maybe you can't, but speaking of the Grand Prix and moving forward, Gattas was one very specifically that was pointed out that there were going to be big KOTD things for not only in the future, but this year. Like that was very specifically said.
Yep, for sure. 100%. We already have her planned for something else. And there's obviously other battles now we got to set up because everybody's trying to battle her now. There's a few people that have reached out saying like, yo, next time you do something, I want Gattas. Like, there's a lineup now. She came back out of nowhere and just incredible performance against RX. That was a great battle.
Fuck yeah, absolutely. RX had the performance of her career and still got fucked up by Gattas. That's how good Gattas was.
Yeah, Gattas.
That's not a shot at RX either. Like, I'm just saying, it is what it is.
I think RX did great too, but it's just like anybody standing in front of Gattas that day would have been in trouble, I find. Like, no matter how good your material is, no matter who you are, if you stood in front of that, like Gattas is, you're in trouble.
That's what I was saying about Real Deal and the finale event. Real Deal versus Charron. I just think Real Deal was so fucking on that day. It doesn't matter who was standing in front of them. They were done.
Incredible. Very great, bro. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm happy for him. He got
the belt. Yeah. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
He got the belt, the first ever King of the Dot belt.
He's got the last ever chain too.
Yeah, I never thought of that actually.
Fuck yeah, he's got to clear some space on the mantle.
Facts.
So let's take things way back because you were with KOTD in the building stages. Is that correct?
Yeah, I was around from the jump. I was doing music at the time, but I've known Organik since like grade 3.
Yeah. So
we're close, and he had mentioned like, yo, I'm starting this King of the Dot thing. I'm just setting up some battles. I'm throwing an event. Do you want to be a judge? So that's how the very first event, that's how I was a part of it. Like I did the judging, like for the first, I don't know, maybe year or so. I was just like judging because I was doing my music thing and other stuff going on. And then when it grew to, okay, we want to open up kind of like a farm system and breed the talent and help them get on, it was like, that's when Organik approached me and said, yo, would you want to tackle this project? Like it's, because I fell in love with the culture as soon as I, had seen what was going on. It was like, I want in somehow. And I'm not a battler. So it was like, bro, anything you need help with, I'm here.
Yeah. So fucking, your friend Travis calls you one day on the phone and says, fucking, hey, I'm going to start a battle rap league. Do you want in? Especially at that time. Most people would have been like, fuck that. You're ridiculous. That's going to fail miserably. Was there any hesitation on your end?
No, because I didn't talk to Organik for maybe like 10 years because I moved out of where we were. So I moved to another town, and then we connected again through MySpace. This guy just hits me up
MySpace, yes.
Yeah, he just hits me up out of nowhere like, yo, it's me, Travis. Like, and I was like, oh my gosh. Like, we hadn't talked in years, and then
will you be in my top 8?
Facts. He was. I'm pretty sure he was. But he was like, yo, I got a battle. He's telling me he does this battle rap stuff, and he's got an event coming up that he's battling at. So I went to it. I had never been to one, and it was like, bro, Organik was like the meanest fucking person ever. Like, he was just stuff he was saying to people was like, oh my gosh. And I fell in love right away, and he started putting me on to, like, at the time, Grind Time was, they were number one. Like, Grind Time was the biggest rap thing. So I went and did my research for like a year. I was watching 2-3 battles, 5 battles a day. I was hooked. I watched every single battle that they did and just learned the culture. And then just like that, it was told Organik, like, let's go, bro. Anything you need, like, I'm here. Because when he wanted to start it up, so I was like, bro, whatever. Like, I'm here. I was doing music, so I was in and out at the beginning. But yeah, eventually it was just, I fell so in love with it that it was just like, man, I want to be in this, whatever I can do.
So then when you, after that conversation with Organik, you know, you're diving into this shit and you start telling other people, friends, family, whatever, how many doubters or how many people laughed and, you know, never thought KOTD would be what it is today?
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily that they laughed, because at the time I was doing music. So I had like a little buzz around the city. Like people knew me for making music. So it was just another one of those things. Like I was just, you know, expanding it. So everybody was kind of supportive around it. But once it blew up, yeah, definitely the change then. Then everybody's like, oh man, I got to come out now. And, you know, no one, I didn't even expect it to get like this. I never, when Organik originally started to what it is now, like 13 years ago, I never thought I'd still be here even doing this.
What did you, or when did you start to realize that King of the Dot is, you know, essentially it kind of, and this isn't a shot at Grind Time, but any fucking means, I love Grind Time, but they became in the new Grind Time in a way, you know what I mean? Not saying that you guys bought out Grind Time or any shit like that, but a lot of guys from Grind Time came over to KOTD. Grind Time dissolved and you guys got bigger and bigger, not just because of that, but that's around the time for me, I noticed that KOTD, you know, was starting to throw bigger events, get more respect in the battle rap world. For you, when did you notice it?
Yeah, it definitely took us a while of throwing events, because we're the Canadians. So it's like people, I guess, don't take us serious. And, you know, we just kept throwing events. And then eventually, you know, a few battlers from Grind Time came over here and they saw what it was in the battle rap community that was here in Toronto. It was crazy at the time. It was growing. Every single event, we were having to get bigger venues because it was just growing at such a rapid pace there for a while. So it was like these guys start coming over here. They had no idea they even had fans over here. And then they come to a show and there's like 300-400 people waiting to see them. And it's just like, you know, it just started growing from there. And as Grind Time, I guess, dissolved for whatever reasons, you know, a lot of these guys needed a home, and we were consistently throwing events at the time. So
yeah, especially back then, like when you guys first started, like the 2 or 3 day events in Toronto and shit like that, those were pretty much unheard of. I mean, as far as I knew at that time, throwing like that was like a festival, and you guys would have
hippie rave, the Woodstock.
Yeah, man, you guys would have like, you know, SoulCon, Daylight, fucking Charron, Pat Stay, Holohan. Like that's you know, the cards were fucking stacked. Was it a lot easier to make a card like that because people needed a fucking home to go to? You know, the money wasn't there, all that shit.
Yeah, for sure. And it wasn't, the money wasn't what it is today. Like everybody now has this crazy price. So it's like, you can't put all these names on one card anymore. You gotta, you know, you gotta spread it out. Whereas back then, everybody just loved this shit and just wanted to be a part of it. So it was like, we were able to throw crazy cards for what we had, because at the time we didn't really have money. We were like working jobs and putting money into it. I know Organik was, everything he made was going into battle rap just to like get everybody here. But it was smart because we needed, if we threw like kind of a festival, a 2-day event, then we have, rather than flying everybody in 2 different times or 2 different events, we can throw one. That footage lasts us for, you know, a few months, and then boom, we do another one, and just to keep things going. So yeah, those are the best. I miss those the most, man.
Me
the
too.
2-day events.
Me too. What was it called? Club Versus? Is that what it was?
Club XS.
Club XS. Man, yeah, not Versus XS. I knew I was off on that. Yeah. That was my favorite fucking venue ever for battles.
That was my favorite period, probably, for sure. Like that was, man, we were having so much fun doing this at that time. Yeah. It was wild. Those shows were crazy, and we did Government and sold out Government.
Yeah. I was at that.
Drake came through.
It
was
that
wild.
That was a good event as well. XS, so that was such a nice club, and such a perfect spot for battles. because they had like those bleachers along the sides and like the steps going down in like the pit. That was the best venue I've ever been to for battles.
Yep. That was my favorite personally. I love that spot.
Yeah. And like, you know, there's ups and downs in battle rap, ups and downs with KOTD. Was ever a point when you considered stepping away?
Fuck, all the time. I always say like all the time, but over the years, bro, I've been doing this like 13 years. So it's like eventually things, you know, you get pissed off at certain things. And, you know, I have moments where I'm like, you know what, fuck this. I put my everything into this, and someone's always pissed off at you for, you know, something, you know, you can't please everybody. And it just eventually you're just like, man, fuck this. But it's like you take a few days off and then you're like, man, I gotta like, it's like you just like I'm dying to like set something up, or like, you know, what are we doing, man? Like let's lock something in. Like it's like that. So I just took a break like last week. After the Grand Prix, I took like a week or two almost off. I was like, yo, I'm getting off social media. I'm chilling with the fam, and just, you know, before we launch into the next thing, let me just, you know, live my life a bit, because I'm having fun now outside of battle rap. So it's but I'm not going nowhere. We're not going nowhere. We're here for the long run.
That's very good to fucking hear. With the frustrations, does it come with, is it just the busyness of it? Is it dealing with the different battlers, trying to recruit them, whether it's GZ, whether it's for a KOTD event, whatever it is? What are the biggest frustrations?
Well, yeah, I guess there's a lot of things that you can't control either. When you throw a big event, if something goes wrong, a lot of times too, stuff goes wrong last minute, the day before. Someone can't make it, and someone else is flying in from, you know, the other side of the world, and their opponent backs out the day before. There's always something, like some sort of last minute hiccup that you just got to be prepared for, and just, you know, try to make the best of it. Because there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that people obviously don't see, that it's like we have to deal with the stresses. If someone of a battler's pissed off, you got to handle that. And, you know, there's so many different variations of what can go wrong with throwing events. So it does get super frustrating. You're almost, the day after an event is almost like the best day, you know, you've had the whole time, because you're finally just like, breathe. I got nothing. You know, I can relax for a day rather than, you know, all the rush of making sure everybody flies in. They got their rides picking them up. They're good at the hotel. You know, there's just so many things that you kind of have to do throwing an event that it can get tough.
Like you mentioned too, money wasn't a thing back then like it is now. People come with ridiculous price tags. Charron told us like 3 weeks ago, the most he knows a battler got for a battle is $100,000. Now, I'm not going to put you on the spot here and ask you a follow-up question, but
yeah, that ain't
what's the biggest someone has asked? I'm not going to ask you who. That's up to you if you want to share it. But what's the craziest number someone came at KOTD with?
And then what's the craziest that KOTD has paid, if you don't mind?
Oh, Chris, for the juggler again.
I'm pretty sure the most we paid was cannabis. I think Organik.
Yes,
I could be wrong. I'm not 100%, but I think he said like $30,000 for cannabis. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember, to be honest with you, because at that time I wasn't on the business side of King of the Dot.
Organik Organik has spoke about that before publicly and said that's why he doesn't put industry rappers on, because the return on investment is just not there.
Is that the 30 pages of rhyme bottles?
That was as soon as that event,
rhymes. Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as that event was over, man, it was very quiet in the back room, because it was like, man, we took a hit there big time, because it's like, bro, he wasn't bringing that money back, you know. It was tough. It was definitely like a debt just to do something cool for the culture.
Yeah, it turned out to be pretty cool. Oh, so the second part of that though, the biggest number someone has came at you with that you haven't given to them. You don't have to give the name if you don't want to, but what's the number? You get like industry rappers. I've had someone tell me like 50. 50? Oh shit.
Yeah, man. Like an industry rapper told me that. You'll get the odd battle rapper giving some number that's like, you know, usually they make a few thousand and then they want like 10,000. You're just like, bye. Like, it's not happening, bro. Sorry. Some people just have an unrealistic number. Like, I get it on some people's ends, but Some it just depends, man. It's tough to give somebody that and then you don't return that.
Yeah, that's the biggest part, the return on investment, right? So how does that go about? Like you said, at the cannabis time, you weren't on the business end. So I assume that means now you are a little bit more on the business end. How do you evaluate what the person's worth and make sure you're not going to lose money on it?
I guess you can't really, because it's battle rap. Like it goes like views. If we were to pay people off their views, oh my God, like people would be broke because, they
don't get paid off YouTube views.
No.
Holy fuck. I have seen multiple battlers.
Oh, I guess some of them might I could be wrong. Yeah. Even, look, for like years I did GZ. So like, I don't know. I just recently like got on King of the Dot, like really focusing on the main stage platform, as of a few months ago, because up until then, I did all the King of the Dot events. But like when it came to the business and numbers side, that was, that's Organik. Cause I got like 4 GZ events at once I'm running. So it's like, you handle that. I'll just book the talent and so I don't know all those types of questions for like answers for sure. Like, I don't know. Some people may get paid off YouTube, but other people might have deals with other leagues that they battle on. I don't know, but it's not a common thing. Yeah.
I, like I said, I thought that was, and I mean, fucking battle rappers definitely lie. If we believe battle rappers, fucking like Mad Child said when he battled Daylight, if we believed every gun bar battle rapper or whatever, there would be no battle rappers left. There's obviously,
for sure,
you're going to talk some shit, and especially certain ones, not certain, but some, they get online, they talk like they're getting paid more than they are. And I've seen that before, like I said, saying, I get paid off YouTube views and I get paid off each click. And I was like, how the fuck do you get paid off that? So you just said that because I kind of believed it. I was like, oh, that probably makes up for some back end. But
bro, over the years, there's been multiple times I've called Organik like, yo, we really gave this person this much. And he's like, no, like this, they just gas it up. But I don't know, man. Some people do, some, I don't know. People do that shit, I guess.
Yeah, and then dealing with
legalizing the drug money.
and then dealing with shit
for sure
outside of actual battle rap, and not this specifically, but this is the first one that comes to mind. The server being hacked for TBD2, Town Business 2. Like that kind of shit that comes in on you. Charron talked a little bit about it. I'm not going to look for you to give us all kinds of backstory because I'm sure you know more, and I know that you and Organik and you guys aren't about creating more controversy, but that kind of shit, like how deterring is that?
Oh, that was big time. Like, because that was a massive event for us. We were also in a period of time where behind the scenes, we took a major hit. Yep. So we were trying to get back on our feet. And then we throw that card, and that card was to almost set us up for the next move. And then boom, we lose that first day. So we lost out on all that pay-per-view money. And that was like, pay-per-view is what funds things and makes us be able to throw these events. So it's like we pretty much lost the whole first day of pay-per-view sales because people couldn't watch nothing. So it was, bro, that was another time that's just like, the fuck am I doing this for, man? Like this stress, like outside of this, my life is so much fun. I'm happy. Everything's good. And then I deal with this and it's just like, bro, I don't even want to talk to anybody. Like, leave me the fuck alone. Like, it gets stressful at times. So that was whatever happened, they definitely got what they wanted, but whoever did whatever, fuck them.
Fuck them. Like, exactly. Fucking
straight
cunts.
Up.
And the nice thing, I actually asked this to direct after the very first KOTD in the Grand Prix that had the whole fucking people, like we talked about earlier, the judges are paid off, they're letting Diz through, that's how you beat the track, all that shit. Organik is the one that always fucking takes it on the chin. Now you stand beside Organik almost every night there's a fucking event, and do you ever have to go out there and deal with it the way he does, or are you kind of thankful low key that he's the one that has to go out and take it on the chin?
Yeah, he definitely gets it more than I do, because like I'll send him like, bro, like I'm getting fucking attacked right now, and like my mentions, and I'll show him, and then he'll show me his, and it's like triple mine for that. So it's like they definitely attack him the most because he's the face of it. So it's like he gets it the most. But it's like, it's battle rap, man. You just within the next 48 hours, people are going to be on to the next, fucking, oh my God, this guy was shopping at Walmart. Like, oh my God. And it's like the next big deal. Like people just blow things out of proportion. So it's like, it's like this little 48-hour curve of like, people just bashing you. But then, they're watching it next week. Like,
what drives you the craziest? Like, what is the one fan thing that gets you crazy?
I guess just assumptions. Like people just like that. Like if people don't agree, it's like they think we rigged it and we paid judges to make certain decisions. It's like people who think that are fucking. It's just ridiculous. It's
no,
like,
you can say it. They're still going to tune back in. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's like you think we're going to put our reputation on the line? Like everybody knows us too. We're solid people. Like we don't fuck people over. We don't do shady stuff. So it's like, why are we going to put our whole company and other people on the line of like rigging judges and like just stupid shit like that? Is like, you guys serious? You guys actually think that we're sitting here like, hey, here's a 50, vote for this guy? Like it's like it's wild that these people like think like that. 50. It's like
it's weird that people don't realize that maybe sometimes the stardom of the actual person. Like I think on the first look, I don't know, I've never rewatched the frack battle, but on the first look, it looked like judges voted for the star. You know what I mean? I don't think it had anything to do with KOTD. It's not like that's the reputation it got, right? Because everybody went for this because it's this.
Nope. Right. There's multiple battles throughout this whole tournament that even me at home, I'm sitting there like, what the fuck? Texting our group chat like, bro, I don't agree with this decision at all. This guy smoked him, but it is what it is, man. The judges, like, I can't reverse it. I can't. It's like what, like, it's. I don't. We tried to pick the best judges possible. If people dislike someone or they didn't, their percentage of picking the winner at the end or agreeing with the fans, whatever, wasn't up there, then we didn't bring them back. Like we tried to do the best we could, moving forward, especially with our next move we're going to get into. It's like we tried to have the best judges ready, and I felt we did a good job. There was definitely a few people that, were like, yeah, no, you're not coming back. But, it is what it is. You got it. It's battle rap's very subjective. So it's tough to, you can debate certain battles all day.
I've seen lots of tournaments go down in a little different set, but that's what it is. The judges will come with the experience, not the experience. I mean, but with proving themselves, right? The more you do, the more people will agree with certain judges, and then when he casts his vote, it's just you fucking like it or you're not. But he has a reputation of being a good judge, so you can fuck off.
And to give Gully some backstory on what you're talking about is like Kirill. He's from Russia, and coming up, he was involved in hip-hop tournaments, battle tournaments, with some of the guys that created Versus, right? Not all of them, or some of the guys that were in Versus.
A lot of them went into Versus. They're pretty big.
Yeah. No, obviously, Gully, I'm sure you're familiar with that battle rap league, right? Oxy and everything. Yeah. So it's not like
we're in tournaments with about 1,200 participants, which each one of them sends a minute-long MP3 that you got to pedal through. And then you go down, and you go down, man, and you end up with one. You know what I mean?
But explain to him too how you guys have a criteria for each.
We had there's a criteria for it, but these are MP3s, right? So you judge the overall feel of the song, you judge the lyric, and you judge the performance, right? So those are your three key ones that you have out of 5 for, and then you have out of 2 with your personal preference. Did you like it or not? You can put 0 out of 2. It's a whole system, right? And then there was rankings. We like I actually have a website format of this worked out of the whole tournament table. We can talk if you want.
How 1,200 people were in? How much did the winner get?
The one we had at that point, I think we had first place was only getting $2,000 or something.
And that was like what, early 2000s?
Oh, we're talking 10, 12 years ago.
10, 12, mid 2000s.
Yeah, but if you're also flipping through 1 minute of an MP3, that's different than 4 months of showing the fuck up.
No. This stretches into 4 or 5 months. You don't understand. 1 minute MP3 of 1,200 MP3s, though, right? And then you shrink that down to like 6,
for
7.
you guys, not for the people winning the $2,000.
yeah, but I'm talking about organizing shit. I mean, I understand what kind of fucking headache it is, and where you're saying you're stressing out and everything. I went through a lot of it, right? especially when you get a name or two in the tournament. That's exactly what happens to Diz and everything, right? It's like I've seen comments. It's like Diz is the only one who's been losing and still winning.
Yeah. And then it's like
so
when
been
he did
losing
lose,
and still beating everybody. That's what it was.
when he did lose, there was still people like, man, fuck this. Diz won. Now Diz wins, and you guys do this. Like, you know, it never ended. It never ended at all.
But it's good though because people still talk. Whatever, let them talk as long as they talk.
Yeah, I definitely learned that because it had been a minute since we had gotten so much hate at once. So at first it was definitely like, I'm pissed because it's like, bro, I'm trying to throw something good for everybody. I'm trying to do something nice, put on a good show, and all people are hitting me with is, yo, fuck you, you rigged this shit. It's just like, oh my God.
Fuck, that must be so annoying.
Yeah,
you can't
bro,
fit in, or you're gonna need a lot of PAMs or volumes or some shit. You know what I mean? 'Cause you can't fit into all of it, man. They're gonna eat your life.
Yeah, bro. I definitely learned back like again throughout the tournament. Like, bro, people say whatever. It's like whatever, man.
People just say some shit and move on.
Yep.
But then
they want a
1,000
response.
of them,
Some people
right?
just want a response, right? That's they have to say something negative to get you to say something back.
One of the greatest things I ever heard, Joe Rogan said it on one of his podcasts years ago. You know who doesn't leave negative comments on YouTube videos? Michael Jordan. Right? And you look at how big of a winner Michael Jordan is at life, and it's like, oh, that makes sense. If you're wasting your time just talking shit, just move on. If you don't like it, just fucking move on.
Yo, that's how I am. I've never in my life, I don't think, ran on someone's page and been like,
for what? Right?
Like, hey, man, you're having a good day. Well, fuck you.
Yeah.
You're whack. That new song you made sucks. You know,
Yeah.
It's like, I would never do that. I would just keep it moving.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. It's that fucking simple. Like, just keep it
wild,
fucking
man.
moving.
People like do that. I don't know, man, because it's just a different breed of people, I guess. Because I've never, I'll never jump on and just, hey, man, just wanted to let you know, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just it's weird.
No shit. You mentioned a few minutes ago Organik being the face of King of the Dot, and that is definitely, that's true. Nobody can argue that. But You're the guy right behind the face. You're the man behind the man. You're the Robin to Batman, so to speak. An egotistical person could never handle that fucking role, especially as time goes on and Gully becomes a thing. Like I've said a couple times so far, your name keeps coming up from these battlers. You are definitely a respected person as a person who's part of the evolution of KOTD and the recruitment process for KOTD, which helps the evolution of battle rap. Was that a discussion from the start? Like, did you know you were always going to play that second role? Like, what were your feelings on that?
I never really looked at it like that. I'm not one of those people. Like, if someone's doing good and I'm not there yet, I'm not one of those people. I'm not really jealous because outside of everything, I'm comfortable with what I have and where I'm at in life. So it's like, Organik gets all the love. It's like, cool, bro. Like it doesn't, everyone has their day, like I'll get people coming up to me randomly showing love all the time. And it's like, sometimes even the Organik will be there and they'll just come to me. And it's just like one of those things. It's like, okay, cool. But it's like, I don't trip on that stuff, man. That Organik's my bro. I'm just not a jealous person, man. Like I know Organik's better at certain things than me. Like even big interviews and stuff. Like I don't even care to do them. I don't do these often because I'm not,
I noticed.
Really I'm the quiet guy. I just like working and getting the shit done. Like, I don't care. I'll set up all these battles and everybody else can go host and I'm behind the scenes. Like, I'm so comfortable with where I'm at in life that it's like, I'm cool with, being like fifth in line on, who's in line. Like, I'm good, man.
Have you guys... Good. Different staff members you guys have had over the years, because I'd assume they would change, as KOTD progresses, has more success. At the start, it's basically volunteering, but a lot of people are fucking idiots. They think if they volunteer, that means that they deserve something back. That's not what volunteering is. Were there egos and stuff that got in the way? And once again, I'm not going to get you to name names, but that shit happened
all the time. One thing I'll say, people think we're rich. People think we make all this money off battle rap. And it's like, we work jobs. Like this ain't nothing. I mean, the odd time, sometimes I will get a little something and it's like, all right, cool. Like buy a pair of shoes. Like it's nothing crazy. Like it's, and that's the other thing. We're all good outside of battle rap. So, it went from us putting our own money into it to now we can just work and focus on that. And all the money that we make from King of the Dot just goes right back into it. Like, there is a lot of, everyone thinks, oh man, you guys are making this. Like, I want, like, if you want me to keep working, I want this. And it's just like, what? Like, all right. Like, some people get it, some don't, you know, you gotta prove yourself, I guess. But it's definitely not like if you're, you know, you get the odd person coming into battle rap thinking that this is a full-time job and like, it's going to pay you like one. And it's just like, no, like you're definitely wrong. You need to have some sort of other hustle. I mean, there is people that live off it. Don't get me wrong, but it's very few, I would say. Very few.
Who do you think some of the biggest earners are in battle rap, or at least ones that are worth what they say they get? Like, I mean, Lux and Mook seem to have the biggest price tags.
Yeah, I would say probably them, but like, I don't know them personally. Like, you just hear about it.
Yeah. And I know you don't look at their bank accounts, but
yeah,
that's
like,
what I'm saying. But your speculation, your educated opinion. Like,
I would assume the top guys, then the Hollows and the Sue Surfs and the Pat Stays, like I would assume the bigger up names, because yeah, they bring it in, so they would get more. I would assume those guys, but I would also doubt that it's enough to really like live, you know, a that good of a life off of.
Yeah,
I think it's more of a promotion tool. No, they get a name off of it and they branch off. That's what I see.
Yeah, you make money elsewhere. You definitely, you know, it opens up other doors. There's been numerous battlers that have gotten opportunities through battle rap. Like, look at Roan now is killing it on bar stools, and he got that job through.
Look how many people went to Wild It Out.
You're King of the Dot, yeah, Wild It Out too. Like, it opens up doors for other people. So, you know, it's definitely a good stepping stool for some.
Shit like Wild It Out or like BET Freestyle Friday, even battlers that we've had on who have been on Freestyle Friday and Wild It Out, they don't even recognize it as, you know, KOTD, URL, RBE, Premiere was shoddy. Is it the same for you?
What do you mean recognize it?
Like, you can't consider Wild It Out fucking a battle.
That's a satire, bro.
Or like,
yeah, you can definitely tell they're doing something for TV. Like, it's
it's
one of those things. It's cool. I like it. I watch it sometimes. Like, if it's on, I'll watch it. Like, you know, but it is different. It's not like what we do. We do like the raw, real format of battle rap. But you know, I guess they put their commercialized twist on it, and they created something huge with it.
Do you think it helps battle rap?
Yeah, sure. Of course. Because like, look at Charron. It definitely puts Charron up in a whole new category, and then Charron comes back and battles with us again, and it's just like all of a sudden you get all these Wild Out comments and stuff just because Charron came back and battled, because I guess they seen him off the TV, and then it's like, oh wow, who is this guy? And then boom, they're checking him out on King of the Dot through Wild Out. So yeah, I definitely think it helped. It helped for sure.
And seeing Charron, some of the younger guys that came in, they're still around. I mean, Pat was even young when he first came in. He's still around. What has it been like for you watching the evolution of those guys that are, you know, Canadian bred? And I hate the term when people say he's a KOTD rapper. He's a smack rapper, because they go back and forth, right? Like, but I mean,
it's really, pretty much you're a gun rapper, you're a URL, whatever. If you rap about the space and everything weird, it's like one of them, you know. But it's these guys rap everywhere. Yeah,
but those guys who, I mean, if we're gonna actually say that, you're gonna Pat is a KOTD rapper, Charron is a KOTD rapper, you know, and guys who haven't crossed over like Arcane, fuck, even back in the day, Tricky P, Feel Good, like, you know, they're KOTD rappers, battle rappers. So some of those guys that are still active, who are some of them that you're amazed to see their growth from where they started to now? For me, and like, I am actually personally friends with Charron. I have been.
I would say Charron.
He is the one for me, because I thought he was dope as shit when he was real young, and I didn't think he was going to blossom into what he did.
Yep. I remember the first time he battled, and it was just like, even seeing that was like, holy shit, this kid is amazing. And then he just kept getting better and better. And still to this day, every battle, even though he lost, whatever, bro, still an incredible performance. You can debate that he won if you wanted to, you know. Charron's growth, I think, is is probably one of the biggest, I would say, because he's still going from way back then to now and still giving us amazing performances every single battle. It's rare. Like, I can't even think of a bad Charron performance.
No, and even the ones he lost.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Like even when Kruger fucked him up bad, Charron still had a good performance. That Laura Tarzi shoot with Kruger was incredible.
Yeah.
Do you think Charron's the best rebuttaler freestyle off the top right now?
Yeah, I would say he's probably the best freestyler.
Yeah,
probably. Yeah, his freestyling I've toured across Canada with him twice, and just all day that's all he does is freestyle.
Yeah,
he just raps. He doesn't stop rapping. It's like, holy shit! Like he's incredible, man. He's incredible. The stories I have of him rapping is just, I wish I could tell you guys.
Yeah, I was talking to GD Era and Bishop the one time about Charron, and I guess they were part of one of those tours in a car, like you guys were just driving. I don't know if you were in the car.
Yeah, Bishop was, yeah.
And I was like, so what are you guys doing? Just in a cypher the entire time you're driving? They're like, no, we're trying to rest. Charron wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
He just kept freestyling and rapping and stuff in the back seat.
There was like 6 of us that we went across Canada in like a minivan. So we all had like our seat, and Charron wouldn't stop rapping and Scott Jackson wouldn't stop beatboxing. So
oh my God.
The whole thing, bro, was just the amount of times I had to yell at these guys was, oh my gosh, going crazy. It's just like, stop. Like, fuck.
We get it. Shut the fuck up.
Oh man, Scott Jackson, I feel bad, bro. I love Scott. That's my guy. But holy, just he'd be like he doesn't even realize it. He would start whispering like, it's like, bro, I'm trying to fucking sleep and all I can hear is you beatbox. Like, it was funny, man. Good times for sure.
Yeah, especially the beatboxing in a car. I mean, it's just, you're just making fucking noises. That would drive me nuts.
Yep. And he can make any noise, bro. He's the best in the world. He can make any fucking noise.
Yeah, he is incredible.
It doesn't stop. It literally 24/7 sound effects.
Yeah. Are you guys going to do any more of those beatbox tournaments? Or is that something that's in the past?
I would like to. I actually just talked to Philly D from Beatbox Canada. That's Scott's partner. So I was just talking to him actually. Like, I want to do something for sure coming up in the new year. So,
yeah?
I would like to for sure. I'd like to, I'm sure you guys will see something from it on our platform 100% this year.
The 2-on-2s. The 2-on-2s, the Grand Prix 2-on-2s. I was actually on Battle Rap or Rap Battle Reddit, which I forget which word's first, but you know the one.
Yeah. Yep.
And I posted a question there about the KOTD Grand Prix and the 2-on-2s and who people would like to see, and there were a ton of answers. This was back in like December or something. But are the 2-on-2s something that you would consider bringing back?
I actually was just this week talking to the boys about, I said I wanted to throw like a 2-on-2 card for Twitch because we haven't done that yet. But as far as a Grand Prix, I don't know, because that's super expensive, because you're basically paying for four battlers pay with and it's only one battle you're getting out of it. So it's like, they're very expensive to do, but I definitely would like to throw at least like a card, like a Run the Fade card or something that's all 2-on-2. Cause I do want to throw, I do want that, because it hasn't happened on Twitch yet. And I want, the new fans and whatnot to see that as well. Cause 2-on-2s, they're incredible. They're fun to watch.
Hell yeah, absolutely. The 2-on-2 GP that you guys did was incredible. And I have said since this battle fucking came out, Thesaurus and Ilmac versus Spite and Amy, help me out. Manic,
oh, that was way back. No?
Spite. Yeah. That 2-on-2.
Yeah.
Sorry, muted.
That was the fucking, I was like, Amy, help me out. You left me hanging.
No, I was muted.
That was the biggest fucking body I have ever seen.
Crazy.
Jesus.
We were actually just debating about that, if they're the best 2-on-2 ever.
Thesaurus and Ilmac?
Yeah.
Because
it was also talking about Marlo and Shuffle T.
Yeah.
Because that would be crazy. But yeah, I mean, I would love to. A Grand Prix would be amazing, obviously, if we could do a 2-on-2, but they are very expensive because, you're paying for it's so much just for one battle, because every battlers, unless they'd be willing to, cut their price in half or something, we could do it. But I don't know. It's tough.
So right now, would you say that KOTD is in the best spot they've ever been working with Twitch?
Yes. Yes. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say we're in our best spot, especially with all the announcements we have coming up. It's definitely our biggest move we've ever done. And it's now like it's like a full out operation. Like we're really moving as like a team now again. And it's been years where it's been like this many people hands on making this work. Like it's I think we're in the best position we've ever been in. I think it's good, man. A lot of work, but it's worth it.
Having the partnership with Twitch, does that allow you guys financially to make better moves?
Yeah, it helps for sure. It helps, obviously. It helps us do things like this, give 50K away. It helps us do things, our next moves. It definitely helps all of it. It's not like now I got to go work a job and then put my own money into events, because that also gets tiresome as well, especially the older you get and have a family. It's like, I'm not trying to give half my fucking paycheck, to this shit.
Yeah.
Like, it was cool before, but it's like, bro, I'm on to other things now. So.
Yeah. And it's obviously been a learning process to get to this, the best point, the best state KOTD has been at yet. What do you think some of the biggest mistakes you guys made were along the way?
I think now I think on my end, at least, I'm a lot more focused now. I think before it was, especially in the early years, it was such a party. Like, it was like, let's set up these crazy cards. Let's have a crazy weekend with everybody flying into town, show everybody a good time, and, kind of do it over again the next time.
Yeah.
But it's like, I was more so focused on that. Whereas now I'm, it's more business now. Like, let's make cool shit happen. And I don't care to party. I want to go home after events now. Like,
make millions.
I don't care I don't want to do all the extra shit that we used to do, where I found like we were focused on like a lot of that, like, the partying and doing that stuff. Whereas now it's definitely more like, let's work, like it's go time.
Yeah. You can even see that, Organik, like you said, he's the face. I remember one of the Tricky P battles. I think it might have been against Step Easy, and Organik was drinking because it was way back, right? And he called Tricky P Pricky T, right? And like you could tell, like he wasn't smashed, but he's buzzed. And it's like you don't get Organik like that at matches anymore or at events anymore.
No, because we don't drink like that anymore. Right? We used to, that used to be the thing, man. It was like, let's just get fucking wasted and go have fun. But there's been events over the years that I've told the camera guys, like, yo, take my introductions out. Like, there's some events that people be like, oh, what happened with Gully? Like, why isn't he talking? But it's like, I had my intros cut because I was so drunk, and I'm shouting out my homie that lives down the street. I'm shouting out a bunch of dumb shit, and it's just like, get this off this, man. I was way too drunk. But yeah, over time, you definitely realize, like, young and dumb, man, doing things like that. But
were you nervous the first time Organik said, yo, I want you to be the host for whether it be even one battle of the event? Were you nervous? For sure. I remember I wasn't even supposed to host. This guy showed up. Organik showed up. It was like an early event. And I guess he partied super hard the night before, and he's tripping out, like, I can't host, man. Like, I don't know what to do, bro. Like, can you do it? Like, please. And I'm just like, all right. And yeah, it was awkward. It was horrible, bro. I watched that footage like a year ago, and I was just like, oh my God, this is embarrassing. It's like the growth of me even it's been wild. But it's, over time, obviously you get more comfortable with it as time goes on. The drinking obviously helped too. When we were throwing events in front of, 1,000 people, I wasn't used to that. So it was like, I'm nervous as shit. I'd have to get a few beers in me and then be like, all right, fuck it, let's go now. and then do it. Just because, it's a little nerve wracking at first. Because
you ever had a few too many get ready beers, get on stage and start slurring?
Yeah. So he's just saying.
Oh yeah.
Well, not really slurring, but I had that one event. I think it was like a flatline event where I was just, just shouting out dumb shit. I'm shouting out homies that, this stupid shit that didn't need to get said. And it was just like, man, I looked it. I sounded like it. It was just like, erase my intros, please. This is bad. But I
My
learned.
bad. I got that
learn
part
to
wrong.
control it.
I got that part wrong, but I see what you're saying.
What
yeah.
What about nowadays? Is there still, that not no so much nervousness, but definitely some butterflies in your stomach where you're like, okay, it's time. I need to get focused, get prepared.
Nah, I'm comfortable now with what we do. So it's like I'll fucking go to the middle of, like, I went to the middle of Detroit. I'm like in the hood, and it's just like, bro, I just do my thing now, man. I know what, I'm comfortable now. So it's like I don't really trip out as much anymore, but you more so just get nervous, like, man, I hope everything goes well. I hope that, the battles are good, the fans enjoy it. That's more so like the nervous side. But going out and talking now is nah. I'm good now. I'm good now.
So do you have, this is kind of like a weird, slightly off topic one, but as you were talking, I was thinking, I don't drink like that anymore. And over the last, 2 years, right? You've had Avocado, Hollow, Ilmac. I don't even remember who else. Is that like a thing that's slowly happening that we're not really noticing? But what, like, is battle rap getting sober?
I think it's just that age. We're all growing up.
I mean,
yeah, everyone's just kind of growing up. It was just, it was like, bro, we used to drink all the time. Anytime something it could be Tuesday and someone call like, yo, this is going on tonight. He's like, all right, let's drink and go. Like, it was just one of those things that, over a period of time, it was like, yeah, eventually got to the point, like, I gotta stop this, start to do dumb things when I drink. So it was nothing serious, but it was just, yeah, man, it's, now I can have like 2 beers and I'm like, whoa, like, I'm done. I'm buzzing. I'd rather just smoke and chill out. You don't do dumb shit when you're high.
Yeah.
Well, that's not true.
Well, no, not 2K, but you don't really like, you're not going out picking
shit, but
fights.
You don't do dumb shit.
Yeah, you're not picking fights with people. You're not loud. You're not doing dumb shit like that. Yeah, when I'm high, I'll say dumb shit, but I'm not like, yeah.
You're not aggressively dumb. That's the difference.
Yes. Whereas when I drink, it's like you almost turn to a different person. So.
You ever been like back in those earlier days, the drinking days, on stage with Organik and he's shouting out whatever, they're shouting out sponsors, because you always hear some drunk dumb fuck in the background that's on stage or in the pit who yells some shit out. Were you ever like, I haven't seen you in like at an event I've been at or events I haven't been at on camera, but have there been times when Organik's going and you feel the urge to yell something dumb out and prevent it yourself, or even if you did?
No, I don't. I mean, you
not that drunk. You never got that drunk. Yo, the worst.
No. I control because also it's the battlers. I don't want to just in the middle of a guy rapping just yell some dumb shit. Like, I wouldn't do that. I wasn't to that point, But it was my intros where you're feeling a little sauced up. It's shout out to the homies, shit that just don't matter, It has nothing to do with the battle, and it's like, yo, man, I shout out my guy Jeffrey. I play video games with him. It's one of those like stupid shit.
Yo, the worst fucking guest host you guys ever had was that he was from some eating thing about bacon. It was the event that Charron battled mayonnaise. You know what I'm talking about?
Epic Mealtime?
Epic Mealtime, that dude.
Yeah.
How fucking drunk was he?
Yeah, holy. Those guys went hard too. Like, they were. We were like partying with those guys around that time. So it was like, yeah, those guys went hard too.
Oh yeah,
they're power drinking.
Oh, I noticed. He would just yell nonsense. Big guest host tonight, whatever his name was from Epic Mealtime. The guy would be like, "Bacon rules," and then that was it. And I was like, "What the fuck?"
Like, I felt like that commentary was like if Mindbender's face said words.
Mindbender's reactions are the best.
Wow, Mindbender. I haven't heard that name in a while. We need that Mindbender reaction.
Yes.
We need a reaction battle.
Man, wherever he's at.
We need a reaction battle between Poison Pen and Mindbender.
That would be good.
And RX.
And RX. Right.
Also, wait, who Conceded's coming back, yeah? Who's he battling on a random side note?
I have no idea. I didn't know he was coming back.
What did I send you the other day, Jason?
Yeah, I knew he's coming back. I forget who he's battling though.
Okay.
Where's he battling? URL?
Probably. I'm not even sure, but I would assume so.
Yeah, I think I saw someone about was it Hitman? Actually said something about him battling or coming back. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong. I don't really pay much attention.
Yeah. I saw Cortez. He posted something the other day that got a lot of reactions. He was asking about where battle rap is right now. And people are commenting saying, with the COVID thing, no crowd, it's, giving their different opinions. But it's like, Cortez is a guy I want to see in these small room things. Even though he has those haymakers.
We tried.
Oh, yeah? For the Grand Prix?
We tried to get him on. Yeah, we did. But it's just, I didn't personally. I forget who actually on staff did, but we wanted him on, but it didn't work out. I think the judge battles was something he's not into.
Like at the start of Bodied after that first battle when Ben Grimes tells Adam, right? You got to blame your host for that, for not judge battles. New York motherfuckers.
I would think Cortez will be back on King of the Dot soon. I don't think it's something that, won't happen ever. I think he'll be, we fuck with Cortez. That's the homie. So like,
for sure,
he'll be back one day. I mean, I feel like this judge battle thing, it just may take some people a little longer to get on board, but I mean, it seems to be the wave. Like it worked really well for us throughout this whole Grand Prix.
So wait, for me, if I could have picked, I mean, there are a lot of people that could have been in the Grand Prix and hopefully will be. In the first one, if I could have slid people in there, it would have been Tez, Ilmac, Hollow, and Ness. And I know Ness was tapped. You just spoke on Cortez, yeah.
He was in it originally, but then he had to back out because I think a week later the dates.
Yeah. What about Ilmac and Hollow? Were those discussions?
Hollow was in the discussion. Ilmac, I'm pretty sure either J Pro or Organik reached out to him, but it wasn't.
He was working on an album, I thought was the excuse. Or
there was somebody else. Yeah, he was doing it and someone else was doing an album. I forget now, but he was doing an album. I guess during that time, so it was hard for a few people to commit to dates and whatnot. Like I know Pass was another name that was supposed to be in it. And then even he was supposed to have another battle, but just with everything he has going on with his music, he wasn't able to take any of the battles.
J Pro, that's the name you mentioned. Amy, I'm surprised you didn't jump all over this.
I got beef with
Round 1, North. Mom Spaghetti's in the building. J Pro. We might fist fight if we ever meet face to face. That's not for real. But what the fuck was that? You didn't see that?
Gully, listen.
What happened with J Pro?
This motherfucker over here, the first Detroit event is on Twitter like fucking 20 minutes before the ship pops off. Like, we got a real special guest in the building. I can't say who it is, but here's a fucking hint with a plate of spaghetti and hashtag mom's spaghetti. Never tweet it again. Go fuck yourself, J Pro. How about that? I'm over here texting people who I know are in the room, and I'm like, I don't care what you had to sign. You send me your picture, you're dead to me. I don't know what you're talking about. That's not a thing that happened. So whatever.
Oh shit! I missed that.
Yeah, that was funny, and it was funny too because people went fucking nuts over that. Like, you lied to us, J Pro. You said Eminem was going to be there. It's like, that's not what he said exactly.
Yeah, that's jokes.
That was
jokes.
funny.
I got some jokes for J Pro. All right.
Amy's gonna go from Ohio to wherever J Pro is and find his ass.
Bro, I never followed him a day before on Twitter before that, and I don't think I do since then.
It's that real, huh?
It is real. Don't play with my emotions.
J Pro's the man.
Yeah.
He's the man.
Yeah. Eminem and Pat Say, those are Amy's loves, and Leonardo DiCaprio and Denzel Washington, but they're not battle rappers. So other than that, those are her loves. And when she saw that, she went about nuts. And
you missed a couple, but yeah.
I've heard
I can't list them.
No. Eminem is the top of the list, though. So.
And
look, it makes sense.
King of the Dot, but I don't.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, and then of course you had fucking Ice-T, right? So we're like, oh look, somebody's gonna try to show them up, and it's completely possible. And we know Em and Royce and all these guys not only watch but fuck with Marv and whoever else. So it would completely not actually be a big surprise.
Yeah, no, I would. I had heard a few things that they were watching and certain names. There were certain names that were popping up in the King of the Dot, like the Twitch chat.
Yeah.
I know T-Pain was in there. Alchemist was in there a few times.
Yeah. T-Pain fucking I know Ock was trying to work something out, and from last
apparently
time I
he
talked
did.
to Ock, that might be a thing that
Yeah,
happens.
I saw him say that that battle might become a reality. So I mean, that's pretty
So
sick. If
fucked
that's,
up.
Yeah. I was talking to him a couple weeks ago again. He said that it's still something that might be a thing. That would be fucking cool as shit to see, and it'd be a
that'd
great
be
look for
interesting.
Ock.
It'd be cool to see how T-Pain would sound. But yeah, I haven't heard other. I just saw Ox post about it. But that'd be pretty cool.
Definitely. You guys had, like you said, round one, Lush was the host, the captain, the guy who sits on the table in front of the camera talking between things, and Direct switched it up and brought Ock in. Was that, was there any sort of hesitation on your guys' end from going with that format, as opposed to what Lush did in round one, being the host, the guy that sits at the table and did all those roles?
Because that was also just like, that was our first event. So it was kind of seeing like, okay, after that, it was like, hey, we need Lush as the main host, and let's get like Beast Gatlin in there to talk as well. And then when it came to the South, Direct, he brought Ock on to do the commentary.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and it just worked out really well. I had no idea up until I was watching the stream and Ock popped up, and I didn't even realize it was him at first. I remember saying to Ganik, who is this? And Ganik's like, that's Ock from back in the day. And I'm like, oh my God. Like I didn't even, because he had battled with us years ago.
Yep.
But he looks completely different now. And it's like, I was literally, I texted Ganik like, who is this? Like, what's going on right now? But he did a great job. And I think it helps having someone do commentary and then have a host, just so it's, you're not doing everything. Although Lush is a god, bro. He does it all. Like he could talk all day, bro.
Yeah. And for those listening, Lush is on a serious music run right now. So YouTube Lush 1 and go listen to Mad Deep. And he just released another song a day or two ago. I forget the name of it is, though. Let me pull it up real quick.
Lush is killing it, man. He's doing great right now.
Fuck yeah. And when we had him on, we didn't talk to him so much. Amy actually had the best follow-up question. Do you like pancakes or waffles better? He answered, and then she's like, have you ever overdosed? She got fan questions to ask to him, and she just left them in order. Do you like waffles or pancakes better? He answered, and then she was like, have you ever overdosed? Yeah, Lush had a great time with that one. But
he doesn't give a single fuck.
Sober Lush.
That's a fire question, though, to be honest.
Sober Lush is great.
Oh, he's the best, man. It's actually crazy to see the change in him and in just working with him now. It's even him, you could tell he's just a lot more focused. It's not no more bullshit. It's just like, let's get this job done and kill it. So he's doing great.
Definitely.
I would just like to clarify that had that not been a list of fan questions, I would have asked them exactly the same way.
I think that's a fire question. I love that kind of shit.
And I also would like to add, it is Lush. So I don't know if y'all ever listen to him talk, but it's not exactly like he talks in Straight Thoughts.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, that was a dope ass interview. That's sick. Gully, before we let you get out of here, we need to know. And don't say we'll see. We need to know. We need to know. And it's already set up. That the background's already set up for it. Saynt, because it was announced, the winner of the Grand Prix is gonna get the title shot against the champion, whether it be Charron or Real Deal. It ends up being Real Deal ends up being Saynt. Saynt's already been fucking talking shit about Real Deal. GP post battle interview after maybe Times, or no, who the hell was it? Saynt battled. Definitely wasn't Times. Yeah. But anyway, you know what I mean? So Saynt's already been setting this shit up. I mean, it's right there. Talking to Charron said he didn't know if there was going to be like if he would have won, he didn't know if it would be someone else before the winner between Marv and Saynt, or if it would be the winner for sure. Charron and Marv just battled, so he didn't think that would happen. Real Deal and Saynt didn't just battle, so is that the fucking plan? Saynt versus Real Deal.
To be honest, I can say like yes, but I'm like, let's say 75% sure, because to be honest with you, I haven't even asked that to Ganik. Like he makes that call, and I haven't asked, but I'm pretty sure that that's how it should go. Although I'm still pushing for A-Ward to get a shot always. But Saynt did win, and that is you win $50K and a title shot. So I would think it is Saynt. But to be honest with you, we had also been talking about a few other names in the mix of title contention. But I'll say Saynt, but don't say 100%. Like I'm like 75, 80% sure it is Saynt. But yeah, I don't want to say for sure and then it's not, because
there was a we'll see. There was a we'll see in that sentence. That's a yes.
I'm being real. We haven't talked about it, man. I'm being real. We have not talked about that. I'm going to ask that actually, because I'm not fully sure,
Mm-hmm.
You know what's fun about this? So I don't know if you've noticed, but we've got a really bad habit of cutting people off. And after that question, everybody shut the fuck up, because there's no better way to get somebody to continue talking and actually answer than not saying anything.
Yes.
Which you did. That was the longest answer we've gotten.
Yeah.
That's very affirmative. All right, Amy. You ready to let this man go?
I am not.
Then keep going. We've been working on this since October, Amy, so you must have like 5 months worth of questions.
No, I'm fucking over you, man. This has been like a week of hopes being dashed. I'm over this shit. No, but so you've probably never been asked this before, and I suspect you won't be asked it again. I'll give you a choice. I need a story about either Steve Finch or Troy Daniels that nobody has heard before on our show.
Damn.
Your choice. I'm leaning Finch, but I'm sure you got a lot for Troy.
Well, Troy, I only because he lives kind of far. Like I only see him during like those festival type.
Oh, Finch lives closer.
Well, Finch, he's in Australia. I've only seen Finch like he was down here for like 3 months, so I saw him a few times within that period. Like you only chilled with him, maybe a handful of times, but trying to think any wild stories. Fuck, no, I don't know, man. I know King Fly is one of those people, though, like at events, like afterwards, if you're trying to party, like you go to King Fly, like you party with him because he'll keep going. He's a machine, bro. King Fly is a machine. His life story is fucking insane. It's wild. It wasn't until I had already been working with him for like 5-6 years, and then one night we were up all night partying. It was like me and him left, and we were just talking, and this guy told me like his life story. It was just like, bro, it's incredible. You guys want a good interview? You should probably interview him.
We did. We had that motherfucker on for like almost 2 hours. Yeah.
Did he go in? His life is, bro, some of the shit he was telling me is fucking mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what? And you'll like this. Between him, I think maybe So Severe, and definitely Times combined, all the shows we've done with the three of them is probably a solid like 3.5 or 4 hours of me going, what? What the fuck? Wait, what have you not done? Wait, what? Just the three of them specifically.
Yeah, I would imagine. I know Times, he lives a life too, man.
Dude, that guy does everything in the world. He probably sells yoga mats to baby seals. I don't know what
probably. He's a go-getter, man. I found him in the fucking slums. Like it was in the hood where they had me.
Is he the Saint to your lush one?
Yeah, for sure. Right?
Oh,
yeah, for sure.
Nice one, Amy.
For sure. That's my guy, man. Like, I've been pushing for him to get on for years, and it took this to get the recognition that he deserves. And now look, everybody, you get all the big names wanting to battle him. All these fans fuck with him now. So it's on my end, even if it's like mission accomplished. Like it makes me feel good to see it. I love seeing him post something and just get all the love that he's been getting. It makes you feel like job done. It's worth it.
Plus Times is from what the interactions I've had with him, he's a good dude. And as much as like, he's a real motherfucker. I do not doubt that. A lot of people talk shit in this battle rap world, but I don't doubt Times.
No.
And he is the fucking nicest, most genuine, friendly fucking person you could possibly speak to.
Nope. That's what I find about this shit is like the people those are the ones that are super nice because they come to battle rap. It's almost like an escape. It's like Active. I've talked to Active. I've had good conversation with him before. And it's like, he's like, bro, I come battle rap. This ain't the streets. This is fun. This is what I do as a hobby. I'm not coming here to, do no shit. It's like this, it's a different life. So it's like when you talk to these people that you think that not even think they are like on some super gangster shit, it's like they're the nicest people because it's like they're trying to get away from that. They're not trying to fake the funk and be 24/7, be hard as fuck, gangster to everybody.
They're trying to find a way out. That's the
I've
thing.
been around those people, man. It's no fun being around those people. Everybody's serious. It's like, bro, like no one's trying to be around that vibe.
No.
So, yeah, times is a real one, man. He's taken me out in Detroit, and we've partied. I'm good just because I'm with him, man. He's a well-respected guy. He's super nice. You can chill with him. That's my guy, man.
All right, Gully. So you had times on the come up. You held on to that for so long that none of us even got to see him until the Grand Prix. Who else you holding out on? Who do we need to get on this show that hasn't gotten a look yet?
There's a few names like Piranha and Bankhead. These are all names that I'm trying to get on ASAP. CJA is another name I think will do, especially in this small room. I think someone like CJA will kill it because he's really good at small room battles. What he says, the way he performs, I think he's going to do great. Man, there's
I'm really hoping you say a guy's name. He wears a turban. Real sick.
Real sick, man. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I mean, that would be fire, but I know he's on his URL run right now, so it's like when people are focused like that on something, I'm not trying to, take them off their goal and whatever it is. But when the timing's right, for sure. We've talked before.
Add him to
have
your
you?
2-on-2 list. Him and Pat versus whoever the fuck you pick.
Who? Sorry,
yeah,
Amy?
we definitely talked. Sorry?
Who'd you say, Amy?
I said keep him on your list when you do your 2-on-2 battles. Put him with Pat against whoever the fuck you want.
Yeah, that'd be a good combo. He is fire, man. He's doing great things right now and making a lot of noise. So
I think he's just amazing.
You know who I would love to see in KOTD again at some point? No gun bar DNA.
Yeah, man, me too. I would like DNA. DNA is sick, man. He's given us so many incredible performances over the years. I would love to see him back.
I don't get the I don't want to say hate, but like non-recognition DNA has always got. I've never understood that. I think he is absolutely incredible, and he can go on any stage in front of any crowd and rock the mic and give a good performance. Win or lose, it's gonna be a nice performance. If he's the loser, he's gonna add to the winner, right? He's gonna add to the winner's performance. He's gonna give material where he's not just a punching bag. And I've never understood that.
Yep, and he shows up. He'll prepare everything like the night before at the hotel. He's like writing in his fucking head, and he comes up with this. We're sitting there all worried, like, man, these guys don't show up prepared. And then next thing you know, the following day, he gives us an incredible performance. It's just like, wow, okay.
Where I fell in love was DNA versus Diz, the first one, and the Canadian Savior shit. Oh my God.
Incredible. What a moment that was, especially Drake coming out and everything. That was a moment for sure.
Yeah, like massive moment, especially where he made Diz sit there looking like Papa Doc. Like Diz is just like, he got him bad there.
Classic battle.
Gully, are you an Eminem fan? Because if so, I have a funny tidbit.
Yeah. Okay. I obviously listened to him a lot more like in his earlier on days, but
when he was on drugs.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you see that little Anthony Mackie interview that came out about 8 Mile?
No.
He literally like 2 days ago, I just thought this was hilarious. Did an interview. I'll tweet you the link. Actually, it's funny. And he tells the story. He said he'd never told it before, that when they were filming the final battle scenes for 8 Mile, that basically he tells the whole story. Basically, what he says is, Eminem was really cool to work with. He was really friendly. He was a nice guy. And that when it came to filming the last part of the battle and they were doing the last scenes, that Eminem had actually gone on his own and researched Anthony, the person, and used information about Anthony's real life in that scene without telling him he was going to do it.
Oh, yeah?
And that at the end that he was like, went to the director or producer or whoever. He just reminded me because you said Papa Doc, Jason, but basically went to the director or whoever and was like, so I think what would be cool would be if you let me go again and then we tied and then you let him go again and then he won. And the director or whoever was like, yeah, no, that's perfect the way it is. And then was just like, all right, dude, that's going to be dope. Yeah, that was a dope take later. And just like, wow. And he's like, ever since then, I watch it and I think about it and I'm like, man, that was really about me. Like, I went to a private school. He looked up my parents. Like, it was all real.
Yeah. That's sick. I never knew that.
I just thought it was funny. I've watched that movie so many times that when you said Papa Doc, I was like,
yeah,
I love when real people say real things in battles. Like we were talking about that earlier with all the gun bars and all the crazy shit. I don't like it when it gets extra stupid personal in real life, like even on, KOTD, but like when you can grab something that you know is real and relevant and makes a good bar, like that's my favorite moment in any battle.
Same. I'm a fan too. I'm not really a fan of the made up stuff. I'm sure everybody does it. You have to do it after doing so many battles. You got the odd thing you got to say, but I definitely prefer that over nonstop. Like, I'll shoot you and blah, blah, I'll tie you up. And it's like, bro, you're like the nicest person ever. Like you would never do this.
Yeah.
I'll tie you up. Who's tying people up? I must've missed those battles.
There's many.
Yeah. I'm sure that if you could find them somewhere. Someone said, I got a gun so big, it'll fucking tie you up. Like they've said it all. Everybody.
DNA had a machete gun at one point.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Get no DNA. See, I'm not the DNA fan you are, but since he's been on this run, these last few battles with literally avoiding gun bars, it's been a different DNA.
Here's the thing that I can't stand, and from having Organik on in the past, I had him on my show when I was doing combat sports, covering combat sports. Amy had him on her show when she was covering combat sports. And he explained to both of us, there was a lot of modeling after Pride and UFC, like Pride fighting and UFC, the way that the tournaments would work, shit like that. So I must assume that you are a combat sports fan to some extent, boxing, MMA, whatever.
A little bit, yeah. I'll watch like the popular guys, but I don't follow it like Organik does.
Okay, so I mean, whether it's on your stage or another stage, when battlers get into actual physical confrontations, do you fucking find any excitement in that at all?
No, not at all.
Me neither, man.
It's like if you signed up for this battle and this is what you're here to do, like you signed up for it. Like, people cross the line, they get personal. So it's like, you gotta be, it's part of the sport. If you can't take it, don't battle. So it's like, I'm not a fan of the fighting. I don't care who's stronger. Like, we're here to watch a rap battle. We're not here to
watch a fist fight.
Like,
exactly.
And unfortunately, it's always sucker punches too. And I'd rather, if you're going to fight, square up.
Yeah.
Like, don't just catch somebody off guard, but it's, it happens, but I've never been like, oh, this is cool. Like, man, like man.
Yeah, man.
I don't want to see a fight. I've seen fights. I can watch fights anytime online. It's like, not at an event. Keep that scares people away. I have people too that I know outside of battle rap. They're like, yeah, man, I want to come to an event, but it's like, yo, is there a lot of fights? A lot of like guns and everything? Because these guys all rapping, but they think it's like that. And it's like, man, I've been
definitely
doing this
not.
Like 13 years. I've seen like 3 fights.
Yeah. Yep. The first KOTD I went to, actually, I was like, thinking the same type of thing. I'm like, I'm gonna get there. Not like I was carrying weapons on me or anything, but like I'm like fucking 6'4", 6'5", like 260, and it's like, I'm big enough to handle myself, but I better be ready to handle myself. I'm waiting outside to get in, okay? And there's 3 guys in front of me and my buddy, and they're talking about how they just got into battle rapping, and the one guy said that he does plays like fucking Romeo and Juliet and fucking Phantom of the Opera and shit. He's like, I find that's really helping with my stage performance when I'm battling. I'm like, where the fuck am I? This is not the place where people pull guns out. And then when you get right inside the first door, KOTD security is the most strict security I have ever seen. I don't know if they're fucking bikers or gang members or what you got, FBI agents, but like they get fucking deep in your belt line. They get deep in your socks.
I remember those days.
Yeah, man. And I felt like, I was like, you know what? Now I feel safe. Like I feel good in here. And then you get inside and you see people looking like SoulCon and shit, and you feel even safer. But yeah, you know, that's the idea I had at first too. I'm like, I'm going. I don't give a fuck. I love this shit. It's in my backyard, basically. I am going for sure, but I better get ready because, you know, there's going to be gangsters there.
That's what's the best part. I love that because it's like you get people that are like real gangsters. Like they actually do this and live this life. And then you get, you know, like you get like a Carter Deems or like a Charron that are just complete opposites. And they're in there talking like they're best friends. Like, you know, everybody's friends. It's like, I love that. It brings so many different types of people together. Like I love the battle rap community for that. I hate the online shit, but in person, I love the events and everybody because you see such like a diverse crowd of just such a mix of people.
Yeah, and seeing fights on stage, like not to get into the whole Matt Diz thing, like that actual thing, but you were there for that, right?
No,
no
sorry, I actually wasn't. That was actually one of the first events I missed. That was out in LA, and I don't remember why I couldn't make it that weekend though. So Organik had went out, and I just remember getting my phone just started going off, and it's like, yo, fucking Diz just punched Math, and it's like, what? And then boom, within minutes I had the footage sent to me, and I'm just like, oh my god. Try calling Organik, he's just going through it at the time, like just like, bro, I never expected that. Like it's
and you could tell other battle rap leagues would thrive off that shit. And we
got rid of that as quick as we could.
I know. And when you guys released the YouTube footage, it stopped before the punch. And I even tweeted something around that time or posted something on Facebook, like, fuck, that shows how classy KOTD and Organik they are. Like they're not going to show that just to get more views. You could barely even find it online anymore, actually.
We're not trying to promote that. It's like I said, man, it's battle rap. It's not street fights. And it's like, man, I'm not trying to, that looks, being a league owner and whatnot, it makes you look corny if you're pushing that type of agenda.
Mm-hmm. It's just going to say, it seems like you guys have never been into that shit. It's like people want to talk about the URL versus KOTD shit. Organik won't even fucking entertain the idea of that question. You know what I mean? Where other people feed into it more.
It's really, they're in their lane, we're in our lane. It's everyone's focused on what they're doing, man. It's, if they do something big, it helps us. If we do something big, it helps them. It's because it's the culture at the end of the day. So it's like, I don't know. I don't really fall into that shit either, man. It's just different, different genres of battle rap, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I noticed it appears like you guys have worked closely with ARP and RBE. Is that correct to say?
Yeah, RBE is the homie. Like, we haven't really done any work to get like an event or nothing, but I have a super utmost respect for ARP. He's a very smart person, very intelligent. And I love the way he does. I love the way he runs his league and conducts business and carries himself. Like, he's, you know, you can just tell he's a real one. So we've had a bit of a relationship talking. I know him and Organik have a relationship as well. And that's why even when it came to judging in the Grand Prix, it was like, he didn't even really want to, but it was just one of those things. I was like, bro, like, you have to. Like, let's go. Like, you got to do it. There's a lot on the line. We need you. So he
was one of the best ones. Come on now.
For real. He was definitely. And yeah, man, I love RB, man. That's I got a lot of support for them and ARP.
Yeah.
So for 2021, COVID restrictions notwithstanding, I suppose, where on the spectrum of priorities does a Organik versus Gully fall?
That's high priority. Like, I need to. They robbed us at the last one, so we need. It's 1-1 now, although it should be 2-0, but we'll allow it. And yeah, man, we definitely, we've talked about it, but this Twitch tournament, just the way it happened, we were actually working on Organik versus Gully. I was making posts about who do you want to see on my team, and like, let's just talking shit. And this Twitch thing came up, so I was like, okay, let's put that on hold. Let's do this. So yeah, we were actually just talking like 2 nights ago about, in the new year, like definitely doing that. That's one of that and Blackout are my favorites.
Blackout for sure.
Blackout. Yeah, we have a Blackout card ready because, like, if you guys remember before COVID started, it was scheduled to happen. We had the whole card booked, and then COVID happened, and we had to cancel it. So we still have that card, which is fucking insane.
I bet.
And yeah, man, we got a few other things. We got a few things in the chamber for it, for sure.
All right, so we're relatively good at just like randomly asking questions that are more relevant than we realize. And you've said at least 4 or 5 times now, we were just talking about that 2 days ago. So I feel like there was like some very large conversations that happened in the last couple of days, unless y'all just talk a whole fucking lot. So what do we not know to ask about? What else did y'all talk about? What's going on?
I can't. It's just the future. How we're gonna execute this. Put as many people on as we can, and just build up a new roster of some of the best, all the best battle rappers in the world, and that is throwing events and what we're launching into and how just everything. Because after this Grand Prix, we all took like a week to ourselves. We all got families, girls, whatever, so everybody took a bit of time, and then when it's like, okay, we took a week off, now let's get back to it. And so we've been in a lot of communication over the last few days just to map out what everybody's doing, and now it's time to execute. And like, I'm working on a couple run the fade cards right now actually, so it's we'd be remiss if we didn't make sure everybody has heard this question at least 1,000 times. So when are the battles going to go on YouTube, Gully? They are coming soon. I know that, like, bro, I want to see them too, just as bad as everybody. I mean, if I pulled strings, I could watch them, but I don't want to go through all that. But it's we have some. It's man, it's tough.
I was fucking with you.
I feel like, once we do launch everything, because we're launching a bunch of stuff at once, so it's like once we do, then we need to do like another interview where I can just start going in depth on everything that's coming up. Because right now it's kind of like a hush period where it's the work time behind the scenes, so that when I don't want to tell you guys something and it doesn't happen, or or it just doesn't, plans change. Because that's the thing with battle rap is we were working, Organik versus Gully was ready to go, Blackout was ready to go, and then all of a sudden it's pause that. We can't do that. We got to do this. And it was like, so I don't want to say something and not happen, but we got to do another interview once everything is ready, and then I can go in depth on everything.
All right. Well, here's what I know for sure then. 2 things. One, we will talk to you in 30 to 60 days.
Yep.
And 2,
I would say by March for sure. Yep. I'd say by March.
I got you. And 2, I'm not going to put out suggestions out there for anybody. I wouldn't do that.
Let's hear it.
I will say, for those people who spend more time bitching than learning how to use their own devices, most modern devices do have screen record capabilities should you ever want to review anything in the future that you're watching live.
No, don't record them. Watch them.
I'm not saying share them, but I am saying to record them, you have to watch them live. So you still get your watching. But for somebody like Gully, maybe you want to watch one battle again next week.
We'll have that shit removed immediately if you post it online.
That's why I didn't say shit about posting it. I'm saying watch it yourself.
No, for sure.
I mean, we're dumb. If we were smarter, since y'all don't have any like media inside going on, we should have recorded them so we could at least fucking talk about them a week later. But here we are.
Yeah.
We even went the correct route and went to Troy Daniels. And we're like, hey, could there be like clips if we're going to switch to video where we could add like little clips in or something? And he was like, so.
Yeah, no, it's a weird time, but it's once we do. Once moving forward, this won't happen again. It's
what? I was really fucking with you. I think that it is absolutely absurd the amount of times people are asking this.
It is crazy. That's the latest question that is just, it constantly is coming up. But I get it though. I would probably be the same way too, because it is taking a bit of time, but it will all make sense and everybody will understand. Like, okay.
I would be more understanding of it if you never replayed any of them, but you did.
Don't give him ideas, Amy.
No, I'm saying they did. You didn't watch that week, but I'm saying on an off week they fucking replayed half of them.
Yeah, we watched a few because it was like, people. It was such a demand of watching them back, so it was like we had other shows that we were kind of thinking of doing, but it was like, you know what? Let's just run them back and whatnot. So,
I can see. I was just gonna say, like, as somebody who, not currently, but in the past, spent like a lot of years in like healthcare, let's say, where you don't get time off and regular days off and Sundays off. I do understand, or the people in Australia. God, fucking Finch and his schedule when you guys were live, but I understand. I don't want to shit on. I know we post these shows and talk back and all. So I'm not shitting on people having the desire to hope to see them if they have to work or whatever. But it's just a repeated like. It can't be asked any more time. Maybe if you're on Twitter and you don't follow everybody, get the fuck out of Talkback, please. Just do a search. Shut the fuck up. Come on.
For sure. Because it's Sundays. I know a lot of people watch football. That's like the big thing on Sundays. So it's like it messes with that. Plus, if you're not home, it's the weekend. People are out. Even me, there was a few weekends. It was an inconvenience for me. It's like I got shit I want to do, but it's like I gotta watch this. So.
Are you a football guy?
No, I'm basketball.
I'm sorry.
I'm basketball. No, don't be sorry. It's the best.
Football's
too slow. Football's too slow for me. Too much whistle, and then you got to wait a bit. And I know people are going to be pissed at me saying that. Me and Organik debate about this shit all the time.
But he likes fucking like every sport, dude.
He's obsessed with football. Football is like his main, like if you ask him a question, I'll ask him one thing about, I saw the clip of this guy, like, who is he? And it's like, I'll have his life story within like 2 minutes. He's going to type it all out to me.
Good man, that Gattas. No, I you know what? I got to be honest with you. I don't know how much you know about regional isms in America with sports, but I lived in Indiana for nearly 20 years. And if you want to talk about somewhere that is all basketball all the time, that's the place.
Oh, yeah?
It's not for me.
No, see, I used to like hockey, but now I'm just strictly basketball. I love it, man. Every night it's on in the background. I force my kid to watch it.
Come on, Dad.
It's life. Ball is life.
Who's your team?
We the North.
Yeah, I'm
Amy
Raptors.
doesn't know anything about that shit.
Oh, here we go.
American
we gotta be the Raptors.
The
Raptors.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
Toronto.
that's not surprising.
You got to ride with the home team. But I have a few other. No, but I am.
Okay, so can we agree at least that baseball on TV is like fucking watching paint dry?
Yes. Oh, and I love it. I played baseball for like 15 years. It's like I love it, but watching it is the most. It's like up there with golf.
Oh god.
Ooh.
Like,
or soccer. That's the
Shut
worst.
up! I knew it.
I can't watch soccer either.
But do you understand
10 minutes.
There's nothing to understand. It's stupid.
And I love playing it too, but it's just watching it. It's like it's 50 fucking passes to get it up the field, and then they just punt it back down. It's like, oh my god, you just did all that.
Not even World Cup. You don't even get down with that.
Usually that's probably the only thing I tap into with soccer is like when it's World Cup, just because it's everybody is. It's like one of those things. I have a few friends that are big on it too, so it's like if I'm at their house, it's in the background, like, oh, we gotta watch this game, but it's like I don't pay attention.
So here's my dumb American question for the week. I feel like, like in America, it's easy to name like top 3 sports, top 3 major sports, and then all the rest of them are kind of equally second tier. I just always think hockey in Canada, and I know that's legit, but like with the second one, I feel like I hear mostly basketball, baseball equally. Like, would that be your top 3? Basketball, baseball, hockey?
Yeah, I would say here in Canada, I would say those are probably, football is huge here too, obviously, but basketball, ever since the Raptors kind of, I guess, became cool, they're a huge thing. Hockey, obviously, cool. A bunch of Canadians love the cold, they love the ice, so it's like hockey's like a natural thing over here, I guess. I grew up playing it. That's how I met Organik, actually, was we were on the same hockey team. Like,
I'm going to need to see a picture from back in the day.
Yes.
Oh, they're hilarious.
Yes.
They're so
I would
funny.
love to see that.
I'll be hitting you up for that.
Wow. I'll post a picture of that. I got to find it, but I have one, and they're hilarious. They're so funny.
I bet. That's funny. The first time, actually, Krill saw you, my co-host here. He said, "Who the fuck is the guy that looks like anorexic classified?" Sammy said, "Organik." And I was like, "That's Gully. What are you talking about?" He's like, "Who?"
Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck, that was so funny.
Yep.
I want to hug you now because Krill's Krill. Okay.
No, man. I look back at some of the footage, man. I was like, bro, I couldn't gain weight my whole life if I tried, no matter what the fuck I ate. That was me.
Well,
wow, what a fucking terrible problem to have.
Yeah, I know. No matter what. Twig.
I saw Organik posted something on Facebook. Actually, this is like last spring when COVID got real fucking serious, and he posted something along the lines like it took him like fucking 2 years or something to put 15 pounds of muscle on, and gyms can't be closed now. And I was like, God damn, 2 years to put 15 pounds of muscle. I just got the weight that can be turned into muscle. I could not imagine being that skinny.
No, I did at one point in my life. I went to the gym for 8 months. My buddy's like a bodybuilder, and I went with him every day for like 8 months. And I finally, my whole life couldn't gain weight. I gained like 20 pounds, but that's because I was on this guy's diet. I'm drinking protein shakes all fucking day. I'm in the gym for 5-6 hours because they also have a basketball court there. So
what the fuck?
Yeah, it was like I lived there, but it was like after that, it's like I'm back to I can't gain weight, can't fucking. I'm stuck.
You must get cold easy.
Yeah, but I'm also Canadian. I'm also Canadian though, so I can live it. But yeah, I'm
Canadian with no insulation.
Yeah, you gotta wear the big ass. That's why we wear the big ass jackets and stuff.
Parkas and fucking Canadian goose
you got
jackets.
the big ass the goose. I'm wearing the goose right now, actually.
Dude, you don't even know who you're Jason hates me because I'm like, it's 20 degrees, I can wear a hoodie. And he's up there like, I need summer. I don't need a coat. I love it. Give me snow, give me the wind. I don't give a fuck. I'm all for it.
I'm not built for Canada.
For instance, I stepped outside today for like 2 minutes and was just like, fuck this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was
freezing today.
My kid was crying because he was so cold. So I was just turned around like, we're going back.
Yeah, it was crazy cold today.
Yeah, man, it's fucking nuts. I didn't expect that. I thought, let's go outside for a few minutes, get a bit of fresh air. No, this shit was slapped you in the face. And it's just like, oh my God, get me back inside.
Yeah, and you're in the GTA?
Yeah, I'm out in Saga.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't know if you were still there. That's why I didn't want to put it out there like that. But yeah, so you're in the GTA, and yeah, I'm like fucking 40 minutes from you. So yeah, it's same weather. Fucking freezing.
Yeah, it's cold as shit. Yeah.
Wait, how old's your kid?
He's 1.5.
Okay, that's old enough to not give a shit about the cold if you're having fun. So if his face froze that fast,
that's normally I'll bring him outside for a few minutes. He loves the snow. He loves walking around. He's chilling. But today it was the first time he just like, we walked around the corner and it already started. Like the wind hit him. It was just like, fuck this.
That kid learned today that his nose hairs can freeze.
Yes. Like, where are you taking me, Dad? Get me back inside.
Worst dad ever. Good job.
You're horrible, Amy.
That's what I'm here for. All right.
Well, I took it for that. It was bad. It was too cool.
I'm fine with it.
So I don't know how we get back to battle rap from this.
But...
I could call you aggressively dumb again. Would that help?
Who, me?
Well, no, I do that every day.
Oh. So on this note, I think we could wrap it up. Amy, you got anything left in you?
I mean, you know me.
Yeah, I know. We'll be here for 4 hours like Penn. Actually, Penn wouldn't let us go.
Thank you. All right.
Penn would not let us go, which I'm not complaining.
Penn was going up.
Dude, Penn is the best.
Fucking over 4 hours.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
literally, that show was like 4 hours and 17 minutes long.
Jesus.
Yeah, yes. We did over 3 hours with Lush.
Wow.
Yeah, over 2 hours.
Good conversation. What are we at now?
What are we at, Amy? Do you see the counter? Because I think it's like somewhere around 2 hours.
Yeah, we're literally like almost 2 hours on the dot.
Wow, this is the longest interview I've ever done.
I was just going to say, who the fuck else has a Gully the Kid interview like this?
Yeah, I don't do these, man. I'm not much of a. Normally, when the interview calls come, it's like I just tell Organik or whoever, like, yo, go do this. I'm not, but that's the thing. It was like, you know what? Maybe now I'll start jumping back into them just because we got a lot going on. Let me do some talking and let people know what's up and whatnot. So I'm gonna do more. I want to come back on because I do want to talk about the upcoming.
Well, I mean, you have a fucking, you have an open door invitation.
No, I think you owe us 2 or 3 at this point. So
no, I do. I do. Because it sucks coming on. Like, yo, I can only say this and I can't talk about that.
Yeah, but who cares, man? The show is about genuine conversation and it's been good. So
it's been a great convo. You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, give us you have with Organik the experience of going from the people who are in the know and in the group and in the industry to broaching the gap to the fans. And what we have found on this show is we can reach out to anybody, any battle rapper, blogger, podcast, league owner, whoever, and they're all, oh yeah, guys, we know you, we listen to you, oh yeah, we fuck with you. Fans? Nah. I mean, we get followers here and there, but it's like, y'all motherfuckers are the one listening to the show. Where the fuck else are we gonna go find these people? We need to be on Twitch with y'all. Something.
Yeah. Yes, you know what? We're gonna have to talk outside of this for sure. We will have to talk because, like I said, man, there's a lot of big opportunities coming up. We'll talk after this though. We can discuss.
Yeah, it's not an on-air discussion.
Yeah,
I get it.
All right. Well, we can end on that note then. How's that?
And on that note, right? It keeps it suspenseful for the listeners for the next time Gully's back.
Yes, we will be doing part 2.
And now, before I let you get out of here, there is something that I have to bring up, and Amy must have known this is coming. So in 2011, was it, Amy? Punch Drunk Radio had Organik on as a guest. So I wasn't doing podcasts this time. I was just writing and doing interviews and doing.
Wait, was it Punch Drunk or was it Beatdown?
It was either Beatdown or Punch Drunk. One of the two.
I think it was. It doesn't matter.
But it was 2011, right? So I wasn't doing podcasts at this time. I was just covering as a writer, doing print interviews and doing event coverage at UFC events, Bellator events, whatever they may be. On site. So I was like, yo, Amy, right? We work together. I was like, hey, yo, I got this guy that might be right up your alley. His name's Organik. He does this battle rap thing, okay? And blah, 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 blah. And she was like, cool. Send by some battles and stuff. I kind of knew what she'd be into. So one of the first things I sent her was a Pat Stay battle, which hooked her right away. She's, I'm all over this dude. And then other ones.
I'm pretty sure the compliment battle was the first one you sent.
Pat versus Roan?
Pat and Roan.
Yes. Was that?
And then followed by Ilmac, and then like 20 Pat battles.
But yeah. I don't think it was. I don't think that battle was like 2011. Either way, so we set it up. Organik comes on the show. I wasn't part of the show. Amy and her 2 co-hosts are doing the show. At the end of the show, Amy asked Organik to fucking drop a freestyle. He completely shut it down.
Dude, we knew he wouldn't, but it was
the back flack that I got because I'm the one that set it up was fucking incredible. You fucking bring this battle rapper motherfucker on. He can't freestyle. He won't drop a verse. So
knowing he wouldn't from the very beginning.
So about a year later, Charron and I had a show together, a combat sports show, and it was called MMA Cypher. And I was like, okay, cool. I can get battle rappers that are fans of MMA to come on because I love battle rap so much. This gives me a way to talk to them. Had Organik on. All is good. Well, now it's 2020 now in 2021. Organik doesn't answer my goddamn messages. So like you just said, you talk to Organik, tell him to handle these things. Tell him to answer me. Fucking, I really would like to talk to him again.
I got you. Bro, sometimes he won't even answer me, man. I get frustrated too. It's like, bro, why the fuck aren't you responding to me? But it's like, I guess he just goes through those phases.
Fuck, I'm sure he's got a lot on his plate. But
it does get tough. I think even with us, the communication at some point it was like a little rocky. That's why I was like, just take my number. Because, it's so hard to manage all these different social media platforms, and you could be talking to someone one day and then boom, something else happens and everything else gets put to the side.
Priorities change for sure.
Yeah. So
right?
it's like, that's it. Responding is definitely a tough thing
be
to like.
fair,
Oh yeah, I'm
from
not holding this against
2012.
Organik at all. I'm just having fun with it.
Yeah.
I was
I
going to
got
say,
you,
between
though.
2012 and now, I feel like he's probably gotten a little busier and answered far fewer messages.
He's no, I think we all agreed that we got to step up on responding to messages, because especially myself, I was really bad for a while, but it was just, man, by the time you do so much during the day with battle rap and at nighttime, it's like, fuck, man, you got to relax, and you still got like messages just flying in. It's like, holy fuck.
Well, when I first
Sometimes
reached
you need a break.
when I first reached out to you, it was October, and you responded a week later or whatever. It was on Facebook, and you said that, you don't check those messages often, but you were so busy in October. You told me, and we already knew the break was coming because of talking to King Fly. You said, this around these dates in November, I might have some free time. So we tried to figure it out again. And we couldn't figure it out in that downtime, because I'm assuming in that downtime, you're busy with KOTD plus taking the little bit of break that you can. And then, right back into it. And then the finals come up. And, so I get that completely, right? Priorities change, new tasks come up. And even what you think is going to be downtime is not necessarily downtime.
Exactly. Because like, you may think right now, like, I'm chilling. I got the night off. I'm whatever. And then next, you get a phone call and it's like, yo, we need to do this right now. You got to call this guy and this guy. And I got to call this. So it's like, it's a lot. There's so much of that happens that just catches you off guard. It's like, it just fucks you up. Like, and then everything gets put to the side. This is also why I don't smoke weed until it's like time for me to actually go to bed, because it's like, if I get high and then my phone rings and I got something I got to do, it's just like the worst thing ever. Because I can't get high and function. I'm like, I get high and just chill and do my own thing.
What do you like to smoke? Indica or sativa?
Indica for sure, because I want to be high. I don't want to like this. Little
I don't want to be on meth. I want to be stoned and fucking relax.
Yes. That's why I smoke like an hour before bed, and then it knocks me out. I munch out, and then I go to bed. That's my routine.
For people who do want to follow you, just before we pass that, I know you're not Mr. Social Media, but for the people who do want to follow you, maybe they're not in Talkback. I imagine most listening to the show are. Where's the best place to follow you if somebody wanted to?
Twitter, Instagram, just Gully TK. That's
keeps it
I'm
simple.
Gonna try to get back on social. That took a little break, but I'm gonna get back. It's just Gully TK anywhere. I'm easy to find. I'm hard to get a hold of though.
Where'd you get that name from? Gully the Kid?
No, it's funny because I had a name Gully just during that time, like, I was a little troublemaker, all that shit. But it was like the name had come up, and then it was like a week later, I was in the studio for the first time, and I recorded a verse with this guy, and he's like, "What's your name?" And I was just like, fuck, I guess Gully the Kid. I was like, I don't know, we'll change it up after if I have to. Because I literally did this song for fun. We released the song like a couple days later, and it literally had like thousands of plays like the first day. And so I was like, oh shit, let me just try this again. And I released another song, and it ended up in like a compilation that was in HMV and stores all over Canada. My second song. So it was like, holy shit. And then before I knew it, next, it was, it's stuck now, Gully the Kid. It was never really thought out like, this is my name. It's just one of those things. Like, I think 2 people called it to me, and then it just got stuck like that. Like, it never... To be honest with you, nowadays I dislike it because everyone thinks it's Gully, you're some super gangster. Hey, you're not like, it's like, bro, I'm older now, man. I don't care.
What's funny though? Like, one of my weird qualities is being super fucking literal, unintentionally.
Yeah.
And so like Gully the Kid, Gully TK hits a little different. Do you know what a gully actually is?
Is it like a river or something?
Yes, it's not a river. It's usually like, it would be more like a ravine or like a channel or whatever. And so on the one hand, I get what you're saying, like not the gangster. I think that too, but I just, every time I've said gully out loud, I'm just like, he's a nice little bristling stream.
Yeah. Nowadays.
Yeah, so like I was gonna ask you about the name too, because obviously it's neither of those two things.
Nah, it was literally just something like that. I was getting into trouble around that time. A few people called it, and then just literally in the studio, what do you want me to put your name on as a song? It was like just Gully the Kid, I guess. And yeah, here we are, like 15 years later.
Hey, if somebody else can have like, hey, call me avocado for no fucking reason, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Half the names out here, and I think, okay, I'm good. I like it. I just don't like it in that sense, because it's like in battle rap, people, it's like, yo, you're Gully, like you should be some super fucking gangbanger, like all this weird shit, you know? It's
and then
like,
they see you, and they're like, what the fuck?
Oh, they know though when they see me. Super fucking
they know. Gully gets in the car like Noriega. What?
Yeah,
what?
Exactly. So
I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And another funny thing too, from covering combat sports for so long, it would be, the like young something would be their nickname, or something or kid, or well, that's more rap shit. Yeah. But you know what I mean? It's like, you get to a certain age, it's like, how long can you be the kid? You can't be 36 years old and be like, the kid.
That's why after a while, it's like, let's just put it to TK just to kind of ease it off. And then now it's pretty much Gully. I need to switch it, but
you can't.
No, you don't switch it.
It's a brand.
Point.
You can't.
Come on.
Just Gully KOTD is good enough as a social media, but it is what it is. That's
Gully
the other thing. It's too late now. If I switched it up now, everyone's gonna be like, what the fuck? You know?
Exactly.
From covering MMA for so long, my Twitter handle is @JKellyMMA. I mean, we still have combat sports guests on, and we're going to keep doing shit to do with combat sports, but I'm not covering MMA like I once was. And I've thought about changing it. I'm like, what the fuck am I going to change it to? J. Kelly, the building downtown, or some bullshit? Like, right? I might as well just keep it where it is.
Yeah, that's how I was. Once I just put Gully TK, I was like, you know what? I'm sticking with this. Fuck it. It is what it is. You already built the brand. It's here.
Exactly.
Fuck it.
And motherfuckers recognize you, like I've said.
I know a lot of battlers dislike their name, but it's just one of those things, like,
what was your first thought when he was like, no, Hayes the family man?
I was actually like, nah, man, like, let's just put, like, it's Saya Boy. Like,
Saya Boy.
Like, right. Nah, man. But that was his thing. Like, yo, I'm coming back. I'm reinventing myself. And I don't know if he trolled us or what, but he fucking killed it as family man.
I'm pretty sure that was a troll. He basically said that after I mean, he didn't say it, but I mean, he said
yeah, because like, you see him after he's back on his Saya Boy account, but it's like, this guy, imagine he won that. Family man Hayes. I'm Family Man Gully now, though, so I rate it.
Oh, shit, we got the new name.
Yeah, bro.
Family
that's
Man
it.
Gully.
I already told him, bro. It's Family Man Gully now. I'm in.
FMG.
Let's go.
That's
Next
it.
Grand Prix. That's what it's going to be.
Wow. Well, I know what my tweet is in about 10 minutes.
You what?
I said I know what my tweet is in about 10 minutes.
All right. Now, I think this is the third time before we let you get out of here.
Jesus Christ, the third time in 5 minutes.
Well, because this interrupt and ask motherfucker that I got down in the States is a co-host. That's the issue.
Uh-huh. You're welcome.
See, Gully, you want to see a domestic? Real quick before we get out of here, announce the date for the next KOTD Grand Prix and Saynt versus Real Deal. No?
No
dates?
Date for the Grand Prix will be, I think, March 32nd.
Man, I'm out.
Saynt versus Real Deal is April 1st?
Yes. Yep.
I can rock with that.
Down.
All right,
it's coming though, man. A lot of stuff. So yeah, I'll keep
and everything's dropping on YouTube February 31st.
Yes. YouTube, that fucking platform. Jesus.
Oh, that sounds like you got problems with YouTube.
No, but it's just the game changed once the monetization shit happened, and
I've heard
the game changed for real. Like it definitely. Yeah, we needed to figure out other revenue streams immediately because it was just such a a drastic change for the battle.
It was
rap
like an
culture.
overnight thing too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it kind of like, yeah, we knew a little bit ahead of time, but like we didn't realize how much it would affect us until it actually did. It was just like, whoa. So, at this point, you put something on YouTube, you're pretty much just giving away like free content with no return, like
unless it's for kids, then you're golden.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
I can only imagine though, like at this point, maybe like with the next Grand Prix, like maybe let's not say the first one because there was so much to work out, kinks and whatnot. But let's say the next one when it's a little more smooth. I can only imagine you guys sitting there thinking back to like the first self-hosted pay-per-view that you guys did, and then now being like, this is so much better.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love the stream life. It's so much better. I'm glad that the culture is finally here, and it's, it just keeps growing.
Would you have ever thought when you guys were doing the pay-per-views and having success with them that your future would be moving to a streaming platform like Twitch?
No. Even pay-per-view, I was like worried, like people really gonna, because they're so used to watching it on YouTube for free when we would drop it. So it's like, man, are people really gonna support this and really buy a pay-per-view? And then, seeing the response was like, holy shit, like, yeah, I guess, that was the new way. And then, streaming now is pretty much took over the whole pay-per-view aspect of things.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, I remember when I first started watching the pay-per-views, I was like, why can't this be bigger? Because like, there aren't enough people out here posting this shit on YouTube. Like, you can go find any fucking boxing match, any fight, any big game, 10 minutes after it's over on any number of platforms. And these motherfuckers have this pay-per-view locked up like fucking Gitmo.
Well, we had like, you eventually build partnerships with like people like YouTubes and whatnot. And if somebody posts a bootleg, we can get that removed fairly quickly.
And you should, but I'm just saying. Y'all did a good job with the shit.
For sure, because that was our revenue stream. So it was like, that's what we had to do. It was like, we Kingfly, like right after an event, he's on there watching like a hawk, any bootlegs and whatnot. Him and the other team, the guys a part of the team are just, they're on it, like shutting it down as quick as possible because it hurts us. It hurts the culture. It's, you get one person streaming to thousands of people. We just lost out on all that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so especially on YouTube.
Yeah, it gets tough. So it's,
yes. So back in the pay-per-view days, it was like what, $30 USD for pay-per-view?
Yeah, some of them.
Like that, right? Something like that?
Depending on the card, yeah.
Some a little more, but I mean, from what I remember, that was the average, around $30-$40 USD.
Yeah. We had some 20, 30,
you
40.
fucking, if someone bootlegs that, pirates that to 1,000 people, that's fucking $40,000 USD.
Yeah. Out. Oh, we had some people that were streaming it. Sorry, and there was like 3,000 people watching it.
What?
Just like,
oh my god!
Like, you know any people we just lost out on because they're watching this for free?
So wait, are you talking about like a mirror like live stream, or are you talking about somebody?
Yeah, people would start Facebook groups, private groups, and they would tell people, "Yo, the King of the Dot's selling their pay-per-view for $30. If you join this group, you pay $5 and we'll let you watch the whole thing."
What?
Stream.
They make money off this shit?
Yeah, bro. We had those. Oh man, those.
Man, I'm in the wrong fucking business. Jesus
no
Christ.
Shit. I need to start stealing more.
What the fuck? We had those people. It was funny though, man. We trolled the fuck out of them and got them shut down. Like it was fun with those situations. But yeah, people do that. There's and that's why we really try to stay on top of that, just to deflect that as much as we could. That hurts. It hurts the culture big time. You lose out on all that money. That there goes another event. We could have thrown.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Or another thing too is where I found the same thing in MMA. People say, "Fucking, the fighters deserve more money." Meanwhile, they're at home stealing the fucking
nobody
shit.
Want to pay for a pay-per-view.
Right?
See McGregor's fight the other day. We were talking about that, and it's like, any statuses you see on Facebook of like, "Yo, anyone got the link to the fights tonight? Send it over." Like, and it's like, yeah, it's how it is. People don't want to pay, so they want to bootleg.
But those are the worst people that fucking bootleg. Like they're not the ones that are pirating the stream, but they're watching a pirated stream and then go online and bitch about fighter pay. You're the fucking one affecting fighter pay.
Yep. That's what you see that in every culture, man. People complain and bitch. It's like, bro, you don't even really support this culture. So it's like you just jump on here to say negative shit and go on about your day. So it's like, that's what I learned early on is don't take that many people serious, because it's like, bro, you never see these names, but yet they'll pop up, say some negative stuff, and then just they're gone.
Yep.
You know what? In the defense of what I'm sure is a much smaller population percentage of people with the Twitch thing, I think most people just like to bitch because they like to bitch. But I do think, especially from watching a lot of the commentary, I think there are a fair amount of people, those of us who have been watching pay-per-views when you still had pay-per-views, that sit here and go, okay, I'm supporting this. I don't want to bitch. I'm going to tweet it out. I support it. But I also remember, at least when I had a pay-per-view, I could go back and watch it for 2 days.
Well, for sure. That's just because this was almost like a pilot before we jump into the next thing. So it was like, but once everything's good and ready to go, like, like you'll be able to see stuff.
But I'm saying that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing. My point is because I think that there were enough people, at least I saw, saying things like that just goes to show the longevity of, I mean, battle rap is a niche thing, right? I mean, it doesn't matter how into it we are. It's not a big thing comparatively to other entertainment, right? So that there were enough people even around that long to complain about pay-per-views versus this and didn't just happen upon you because of Twitch is pretty dope.
No, for sure. For sure. That is like the good side of it.
And do I have to say this again? Are we sure this time? Before we let you go,
let's wrap it up.
Is it? I think we're going for fucking Poison Pen records here.
No, the fuck we are not. Absolutely not.
You guys are awesome. I appreciate it.
Yes, and we appreciate finally hooking up with you and you giving us the time. Like you even said, and like I acknowledged that, that's a thing that is definitely out there. You don't do interviews like this, especially lengthy ones like this.
I'm not.
There was one interview that I saw, actually, you and Witty Smitty. I don't know what happened to him, but I thought he was doing a good job with battle rap media coverage. And the biggest problem I have with you, Cameron is your favorite rapper?
What favorite rapper ever?
What?
Ever?
You sound serious right now.
How?
The guy, okay, first he came in, he had his own sound. He has his own sound.
That doesn't make it good.
Nobody else sounds like him. No, it doesn't. But
Tekashi has his own sound. What's that mean?
From the sampled beats, he's got classic albums, Purple Haze, Diplomatic Immunity. These are albums that are classics. It's and I'm not just about like this lyrical shit. Like Cameron just had the sauce, like the way he carried himself. He was cool. He was just someone that right away was like, I was just like, yo, this guy's the shit. And then as years went on, that's my kid's name is Cameron. It wasn't after him, but once it came into play, it was like, yo, I love that name. Like, let's go. But he's the GOAT, man. That's my favorite rapper all time.
All right. Hey, I'm going to be fair here and say I have not listened to him in so long that I can't just be a complete bitch off rip. Like, I'm going to have to go back and run through some of that again, but I am absolutely fucking stunned right now.
You didn't know this, Amy? You didn't know this about...
No, I did not know that.
Why? Who's your favorite rapper?
Cormega.
Over Cam?
Fuck yeah.
Cormega had one classic album.
No.
Yes, the Realness was a classic, and then it was just... I was a huge Cormega fan. But
Meg
it's just like... It was
shit.
like... He is, but nah, bro, come on, man. Cameron all fucking day.
Hell no. That whole Dipset shit. And it's not like, I'm not going to be like, yo, they're all garbage. Dipset. They had a fucking movement. They had a huge movement. They had a moment. Yep. They had everything else. But it just wasn't hitting my ears right. I want like fucking bar. I don't want computers.
I was never like that. That's why battle rap to me was like, it was like, okay, now I want to hear bars. With music, I wasn't as bar heavy because it was like, I found some of those artists, it wasn't like they would almost rap off beat because they were trying to get a certain message across, and it wouldn't Like I became a fan of Diplomats because the flows, they rode the beat, they had crazy production as well. Plus they were saying some wild shit. Yeah, some of it was the computers puting and all that, but it's like, no, that's his sauce. That's the sauce, though. That was his swag, and that's
I
what
get
made
it.
me, like,
I get what you're saying.
I fuck with him, bro. It's just I know he's not the greatest. He's not like, if I had to, like,
He's your greatest.
Okay. That's
He's
a different
my personal-
conversation. He's
Yeah,
my favorite.
yes.
He's not the best. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cormega for me, that's the same way. He's my personal favorite.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
All
think
right, I
he's
can rock
the
with that.
best.
No, because if I'm gonna say Tupac to me is number one artist.
Fuck yeah.
ever. Like, that's number one. No one, him and, like, you know, the Jay-Z's and the Nas's, those guys are up there. But as far as personal, yeah, Cameron, there's no one like Cameron all day. That's
Cameron's
still
got it,
my.
eh? Yo, talking about the sauce. Unfortunately, Kirill had to take off because he had to get back to London, so he's not here still. But Kirill's a rapper as well, and he rapped in Russian until last summer, 2020 summer, and then he switched to English. And I never realized Oxymoron actually talked about this after the battle with Diz, being his first battle in English. Even though he speaks English, he lived in London, England. He went to fucking Oxford, like. English, rapping in English. No, I'm talking about Oxy, right? Rapping from Russian to English. You know, there's just such a difference, even though you know the language. That's what I understand about Kirill, and why he could not cross over to English, because he speaks, you know, English not perfect. I mean, he says sensei like sansei, but you know he speaks perfect English pretty much. He has a song on his new album that's coming out in a couple months with So Severe, and So Severe has a verse in there. Krill's two verses are like very lyrical. So Severe's are not that lyrical, but it's got the sauce, like you said. So Severe's like, I'm in Ukraine fucking with a bitch from Kiev, and like just some
I love that shit. I love that.
Yeah,
I'm not when it comes to music. Yeah, I'm not on the lyrical side of things, man. I would never grew up like Cannabis. I remember Organik was so excited when we booked them, and it's like, I'm sitting here like, I don't listen to this shit. Like, I'm not like, I don't, this ain't my thing. Like, we didn't grow up listening to that. It was more like, I like the Dipsets and I like the Wu-Tangs, don't get me wrong, but once it got to the Dipset G-Unit era and all that, I was like, I was Dipset all day at that point. That's what I was like, bro, I'm in there.
Did you ever own a coat with NBA patches all over it?
I had the jeans. Off.
God damn it.
I had the hat. Now that I think about it, I had the hat and the jeans, and I remember that because during the time I remember getting those jeans cost me like $200. And back then it was like $200 for these. Holy fuck! Yeah, that's like spending like $700 on a pair these days. Like, no shit. It was like a big deal, but yeah, I had those. You want to know something? When I cleaned out my closet and threw out all those, I used to wear the 3-4 XLs. I threw all that shit out, and now the only thing that I kept is those pants. I still have those. I still have those.
Yeah, man. My biggest mistake was I think it was Champs. Remember that store?
Oh, that's still a thing.
Yeah, I still go. I still get the odd thing there.
Champs is still a thing?
Oh, Champs is literally on like every other block in Manhattan.
What?
Yes, Champs is in every
Champs forever.
Malls here. It's like the secondary to Foot Locker, I would say.
Yeah. That's the way it always was. I thought that shit was out of business. Bro,
it's everywhere.
Yeah. I was in, I think it was Square One the one time in Mississauga at Champs, and I bought a pair of Rockaware jeans. And there was all these jeans, and they were on sale for like $129 or some shit. And I grabbed these Rockaware jeans. I was like, fucking dope. Tried them on. They didn't really fit that well, but I don't give a shit. They're Rockaware. They must look cool, right? I get up to the fucking counter. They were $300, and they came to $313 with taxes. And I'm standing at the counter, and there's other people there, and I had the money on me, so I was like, I can't look like a chump. I was younger, obviously, so I was like, oh, fuck it, spend this $313 on a pair of jeans.
Nope.
That was the moment I realized these fucking jeans are not worth $313 fucking dollars.
Now you can get those jeans for like fucking $10.
Yeah, no shit.
13,
Oh for my real. God. Hey, Gully, who do people? I gotta ask this. Who do people tell you sound like? Somebody has to have said this in your life.
That I sound like?
Yes.
I I don't know necessarily sound like. I remember looks wise, I got a lot of Alchemist comparisons.
Oh yeah, I
don't know
that.
I wouldn't have thought
like.
that, but yeah. You sound like it's gonna hit me at like 3:00 in the morning. You sound like somebody, and it's an interlude on something that I haven't listened to in long enough that I can only say a CD that I somewhere own.
I don't know. I never really had like a you sound like this.
You do. When I find it, it's going to be the most.
It just kind of clicked to me. It might sound like Pain in the Ass from Rockefeller.
You know what?
I remember him.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
Yes, yes, that's it.
Okay.
That was Jason. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you sound like. So congratulations.
Thank you. I'm a pain in the ass too, so it works.
You're aggressively dumb, pain in the ass Cameron superfan.
Let's go.
But we still love him.
We're out.
Yep.
No.
All right. Let's wrap this shit up. For Gully the Kid, Gully TK, KOTD Gully, whatever he's going to be in the future, you can follow him right now at Gully TK. For Kirill Kasatskiy, Amy Barton, I'm Jay Kelly. This is Building Downtown. We out. Peace.
Building downtown. Building downtown. Building downtown.